I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? You are rocking with the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good, party people? What's good? Let's start off the right way. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. Bam, let's go. Wake up. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, it's so good to be here with y'all this morning. What's good? What's good? Let's go. Right? Let me quote the great American poet Grand Puba, if I can do it correctly. Now, a lot of people think this is as easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme, concepts, and hooks. Stressing and stressing to get thoughts manifested. Oh, I messed it up. I messed it up again. Session to session to get thoughts stressing and stressing to get thoughts manifested. Session to session to hit the world. Oh, yeah. Session to session to get thoughts manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. That's how it goes. Sorry about that, Pooh-Bah. My bad. My bad. My bad, Pooh-Bah. My bad. I know you're a fan of the joint, and I know. Whatever. Forbes Phil's in the building. What's good, Mike boy? What's good? DSJ's in the building. D Poetic, I see you. C Mac is in the building. C Mac is chilling. Mac is chilling. What's good? What's good, party people? Y'all ready to rock? Y'all ready to rock? Let me see. Let me do something here. I got a lot of stuff that, man, y'all got to get, man. I got to get, Chuck Allen is so talkative, LOL. Chuck, hey, shout out to Chuck Allen, man. We doing the Vibes and Stuff live thing in the mornings, man. But, let me see. Let me do something here. Okay. All right. Let me do them. All right. We do them. And one more thing. Where is it? All right. Them. All right. Let me get to the tip off because I want to hurry up and get to the conversation, but I have to do in order. I have to keep things consistent, right? So let me do the tip off. Where's tip off? There it is. Yeah, the T is capitalized. Bim. So this summer right here is the summer of truth for us. We get to take a long look in the mirror, right? We get to look in the mirror, mirror on the wall. Which narrative is fake and which narrative is false? Or which narrative is true and which narrative is false? Mirror on the wall, which narrative is true and which narrative is false? Is Julius Randle a future piece of this team? Does the front office have a direction? Is Tom Thibodeau the coach of the future? Is RJ Barrett a potential multiple-time All-Star? Is Emmanuel Quickley the point guard of the future? Is Cam Reddish a piece of this young core? Is Obi Toppin a starter? Right? Can we keep Johnny Bryant on the staff? Will Worldwide West get the Knicks a superstar via trade? Right? There are a lot of things that we need to ask ourselves this offseason. Is this front office good at drafting, or are they lucky? It's a lot of stuff to ask. A lot of questions out here. Right? I ain't gonna listen. I ain't gonna push y'all off no longer. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Right? Just a reminder, make sure we respectful. Make sure if you ain't got nothing to say, if you ain't got nothing to contribute, don't come in being a hater, because we will boot you. And I'm saying that in all love because of the quality of the product. Y'all know why I'm saying that, right? Let me do this just real quick. Hey, what's good, boss?
What's up, my dude? How you, baby? I took off today for this one. I didn't like what was happening yesterday.
Oh, somebody about to get it. Let me bring in my guy real quick. Hold on.
D is balling.
D is balling.
What's good? I'm very interested to hear what Rob didn't like yesterday.
Oh boy.
I just want to know.
I'm interested too.
Hey, look, this is who I am today. I'm Leon Rose. I don't want to go on with no long. I'm just saying, look, I'm Leon Rose. I want y'all to treat me like I'm Leon Rose, and y'all give me all the questions, because everything he said, I told y'all back in December.
Right.
Everything he said.
It was October, right? Wasn't it October? Not December?
No, it was December. It was like after that first month of the season, I said, because everybody was in the uproar, we went on that losing streak, and I broke down everything that he told y'all, but nobody listened. So now, any question anybody has, I will answer because the season was the season, and I told y'all what Leon was doing. Y'all said it was a disconnect, this, that, and the third. Did Tibbs go rogue? Yes, he did. But
No.
then he got put back in check.
What?
Yeah, he got put back in check. And y'all didn't even notice a boss move when the boss move happened. Nobody knew.
Right. So the boss move, in my opinion, was knowing that Kemba was injury prone and Derrick Rose had a clicky ankle. You didn't sign a veteran point guard to keep the season afloat. And
No,
we
I
wind
didn't.
and we wind up missing the play-in by a handful of games. Whereas if we just had a point guard to keep the season afloat, right? We could have been in playoff contention longer. Not saying that we would have made the top 8, but maybe as a play-in.
Put that in the question.
So why didn't you sign a veteran point guard that was going to contribute instead of eating Solomon Hill's salary and signing Arch?
The reason why I did that was because of this. Tibbs, you asked me for Derrick Rose. I gave Derrick Rose a contract. Derrick Rose worked out. I gave him $14 million because of you. That's what I gave you, $14 million. I gave Derrick Rose a contract for $14 a year because of you. I took a flyer on Kemba, but I also drafted who you wanted. You told me you wanted McBride. I gave you your point guard for you to raise. So don't come to me at the All-Star break after I already gave you $14 million for a player that I pretty much didn't want. So what I'm going to do for you is keep my vision alive. Here, take Cam Reddish and be quiet. And play deuce. If you don't, it's on you. Next question.
Okay. So the answer to the veteran point guard thing was
I'm not giving it to you.
Ego battle.
No, I'm not giving it to you.
And a small forward off the bench from another.
No, my vision is the youngsters. Your vision is win because you want to win. Okay, I gave you what you wanted before the season started. You asked me for a guard that you like. I gave you them too. I'm not giving you everything else in the candy store. You can't have all the candy because my vision is still alive because I'm the parent.
Yep, I got you. But Leon Rose, what I'm telling you is that you burned salary on Solomon Hill, right? Solomon Hill didn't play a millisecond for the Knicks. You burned salary on Denzel Valentine, who didn't.
No, I got $2 million off of that. I got $2 million off of that.
You still how?
Because when I picked up that and I did the Lakers, they had to give me $2 million. We got $2 million in the bank off of Solomon Hill. I mean, Denzel Valentine.
What?
Wait, Freezy,
Yes.
hold on a second. Before Denzel, you got to keep in mind with the Solomon Hill, that was a contract we took. We took a guy in Cam Reddish that wanted out of Atlanta because there was a logjam on their end.
Right.
But we gave up the pick for taking a contract of theirs and a young guy that they pretty much didn't want.
Put that in the question, D-Baller, and I'll answer it.
No, he was stating the facts.
No.
Those are facts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, we did that.
Yeah, he
we
was talking
did
about the
But that
properties
was
in
a
the trade.
pick. But
In
look,
order for us to get Cam, we had to take Solomon Hill's contract.
okay, but
He
look,
was already out for the season.
that was
right?
a pick. That first round pick we acquired when Knick Nation didn't even want it. Why? Oh, Lewis.
We didn't acquire that pick. We sent the pick. We
No,
sent the first round pick.
listen. How we got the pick, the first round pick that we sent, it wasn't even ours. We moved back in the draft. We wound up getting Grimes, who worked in our rotation. And we acquired the first round pick from Charlotte, who we gave to Atlanta.
Leon,
That's yes.
Leon, that's not how we got the pick. We got the pick. We got that pick. We got that pick, right? That pick that you mentioned in the Kristaps Porzingis trade. That was the Dallas pick, right?
It wasn't.
That we fumbled. What?
That was the Charlotte pick. That when we moved back in the draft, it was not the Kristaps.
No. Right. You're right. You're right. It wasn't the Dallas pick.
That's
pick
right.
That the pick that we moved back with was the Dallas pick. Number 19 was our pick because we finished with a worse record than Dallas.
Hey, look at here. You was the one saying that we should have got the Lewis guy that Charlotte got. We moved back last year. We acquired that first round pick from Charlotte that we gave to Atlanta. Look it up.
We forget that. What is the justification of giving up the pick if we helped Atlanta lead off a contract off Solomon Hill and took a young prospect of theirs that they didn't want?
Because we did not want nothing to do with Kevin Knox no more. They didn't want nothing to do with Cam Reddish no more because of the logjam. But don't get it twisted. Don't think that they could not have got the first same value sending Cam Reddish someplace else. He would have still cost you a first round either way.
Who would have cost me a first round?
No, Cam Reddish would have cost around the league. Cam Reddish was the first round anyway, a pick just because of what he did in the playoff. Kevin Knox wasn't.
Right. So Cam Cam was worth a first round pick.
Now that was
a bad contract and a prospect.
A bad contract. What's the bad contract? The bad contract was Kevin Knox, right?
No, the bad contract was Solomon Hill. That's what we got.
But
Atlanta
we
said
if
you're going to get Cam, you're going to get Cam and a bad contract for and a second round pick. Don't forget Atlanta gave a second round pick to one down the road, right?
That was nice of him.
Yeah, thank you for Solomon Hill's torn ACL. Right. So we got a second round pick for Solomon Hill's torn ACL. Thank you, Leon Rose.
Okay.
But what I'm getting at to man, listen, DJ Augustine was free up to I think January, I believe, or December or whatever it was. All we needed was a point guard to hold it in the road until anybody aside from Alec Burks, bro. Anybody.
I was not. I gave you what you wanted in the beginning of the season. And you said that you can make it work. And when you didn't, now you coming back asking for something else, which I was not going to give you.
Man, we could have traded for TJ McConnell before he got hurt.
Hey, look at here. You're still whining, right? I told you I was not giving you that.
But what's the purpose, though?
But here's the big thing that you glossed over, Freezy, is that what he's saying as to what he wants with the youth and what Tom wants are two contradicting directions.
Right.
But I'm running the show, though. And I told
you're running a contradicting directing show.
Hey, look, guess what? And I told you that when I hired you. Now you're trying to be the same old Tibbs. Now I got to put you in your place.
I ain't Tibbs.
No,
man.
You
know what I'm saying now. Come on, you know what I'm saying. Now I gotta put you in your place, Tibbs.
But so Depot, I did want to get to that. I just wanted to clarify some stuff first. That's an excellent point, right? The two buses leaving the depot going in different directions.
Who gonna get there first?
Right. Hey man. Tibbs has been 2 times coach of the year. What does Leon Rose won?
It doesn't matter. I'm the president.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
That's what Richard Nixon said.
But guess what? Who's my vision when you stepped in my office and I hired you? I told you what my vision was. You said yes. I can do it.
So your vision was trading back in the deepest draft in years. Trading back in the deepest draft in years to get Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride and Rokas Jokic.
Oh, look at it. A rotational player.
It's because right now, if they didn't do any move, the Knicks would have Kai Jones, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
who's not playing. Kai Jones is not even
Kai
playing.
Jones is playing. He had the dunk of the week last week, Rob.
Well, at the end of the season, he was not playing. You talking about the dunk of the week for somebody who's not playing.
You gotta.
Okay. That's not the argument. The argument is that we didn't have to do all that, and you still could have gone Quentin Grimes and another player.
Yeah.
Well, but we backed up, got a first round pick, and we turned that first round pick into Cam Reddish, who everybody loved.
That didn't even play.
15 games
and
minutes.
And it's a good chance he might walk.
He got hurt. We still got him next year.
I'm talking about before. No, we don't have him next year. He could reject the qualifying offer.
He playing on the New York Knicks next year.
How do you know that?
He's Quentin Grimes. Cam Reddish is a year behind Knox. Knox's contract is up. Cam Reddish's contract is up with RJ's.
Okay.
No, he has a qualifying offer next year that he could reject.
But look, this is what I'm saying, D-Baller. You're not going to twist this up.
I'm not twisting it. It's a fact.
Listen to what I'm saying. RJ, Cam Reddish, Zion, and John Moran is in the same draft.
And Darius Garland, yeah.
They all are in the same draft. Yeah. So next year we have him for another year to play next year. If he washes out next year, it's up to him to sign whatever he's going to sign. But we do have him next year.
Rob Leon Rose. Cam Reddish at the end of the season has a qualifying offer that he could reject. It is not guaranteed that Cam Reddish will be a part of this roster coming next season.
So then that means as though RJ has the same thing.
No, they're two different contracts. Jesus Christ.
That's something right there, what you're saying to me right there. I know that they're in the same draft class. So you're saying his qualifying offer right now, okay, he's going to accept. I'll say he's going to accept the contract because he just got hurt. What team is going to take him? Okay, next question.
You going to tell me there's not going to be suitors for Cam Reddish to pick him up for 1 year for $10 million?
Okay, well, look, I tell you just like this here. We're gonna offer him the $10 million. You know that. I'm Leon Rose. I'm giving him the $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
I mean, that didn't define anything, but I'm just going to do
No, because what you're saying is this year. That's already something that's going to be done. He didn't show no interest of leaving. We ain't heard nothing coming through the grapevine that Cam Reddish won out. So therefore, we can move on from your question because nobody said nothing different.
Dude, you threw a hypothetical in there and made it fact.
You're doing hypothetical. Hypothetical is would he leave? Well, that's hypothetical too.
Hey, so here's the thing I want to ask the front office. This is what I want to ask the front office. At the trade deadline, when the team was leaking oil and everybody knew it, when the team had lost 6 games in a row in January, why didn't the front office inject some energy into the squad?
Because it wasn't the front office. It was the coach. Play your roster.
Okay. So Kemba is out. Derrick Rose on a clicky ankle had ankle surgery at the end of December, right? We knew it. The Knicks fans, we all knew when y'all were telling us that Derrick Rose would be back after the All-Star break. We knew that was false, right? Because Derrick Rose has never been an average or fast to average healer. Derrick Rose historically has always been a slow healer, right? So the timeline that you project for the average player, you can extend that for Derrick Rose. right? We know this. Just off of it's his injury history. I'm not knocking him for it. It's just what we've experienced over the years.
And that's my apology. The qualifier is the next year after, not next year. So that's my fault.
That's what I told you. They called me. They all came in the same draft. Thank you for fixing it.
And I said my apologies because I apologize for him.
I said thank you.
No problem. Okay.
So the thing is, is when the Knicks were tumbling down the standings, right? Tumbling down the standings, clearly there was a missing piece. And I feel like it was the front office's fault for not going out and getting that piece. This conversation we're having right now is a conversation that we wouldn't have to have if when Mitchell Robinson was struggling and Nerlens Noel was out and they were rotating guys. Remember, Mitch would play a game, Noel would play a game. Mitch would play a game, Noel would play it. And in November, we didn't know who the starting center was going to be. Right? At that time, I felt like we should have made a move. Either play Taj and Sims and let the two big guys heal, or go out and get another guy. Why didn't we just go out and get another guy?
Okay, so you went from the guard situation. Now we at the center situation. Okay, so now which one you want me to deal with first?
You already said case closed on the guards?
No, but you just started. When you started, you was not talking about Sims in them. Your question ended with the center position. Okay, so with the center position, I look at it as like this here. You play him into shape. It has to round out.
Okay.
He had to round out before we make a decision. Now, based on the guard situation, I look at it like this here. If you want the front office, me, to make a move, play your roster. And then by the All-Star break, but I'm not going to jump into your game. You the coach. I told you the coach. I'm not going to get involved. But play your roster. If you want, I'm watching the games. And if you're not playing Deuce, you're not playing the players that's on the roster, and you asking me to make a move for you, I am not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So what's the job of the front office?
The job of the front office is to put the roster together at the beginning of the year, reevaluate it at the trade deadline, and then if we want to make moves, we make moves. But if you didn't play the roster in the first half of the year and you asking for more things, I'm not giving it to you because you haven't played the roster. That's like an incomplete report.
So there's two contradicting directions.
Well, look, I have to put you in your place. I'm the president.
Of course.
Okay, so just because you won player, you was coach of the year last year, that may work through the media, but I know you for 30 years, Tom. I'm not going for what you're trying to do. You're going to play your roster, and then at the end, when you do play your roster, now the fans are looking at you like you're crazy because you should have been played them. I've been quiet all year, letting you take the smoke. You've been taking the good, and you've been taking the bad.
Okay.
So therefore, at the end, my little press conference is going to be scripted with the questions that you want to ask me. But who's taking the bullets? Tom, because he's the one who didn't listen. And then when it comes time for me to get rid of you, I will be getting rid of you on the same merit. But I'm not going to get rid of you after you just won Coach of the Year the next year. And we are a young team developing.
Okay. So I got you. I got you, right? So I asked for a veteran point guard, and this is, and so today it sounds like you're backsliding on what you actually did because
I told you no then.
Wait, no,
I told you.
You told me no, right? But then you signed Brandon Godwin, right? You brought in Brandon Knight, right?
Man, that's what for the last.
You brought in Tyler Hall. You signed Damian Dotson. You signed Matt Mooney, and bro, you signed Daniel House. You traded for Denzel Valentine.
That was the COVID. That was the COVID era.
I'm still trying to get at why would you allow two contradicting directions to go on for a whole season?
I am not allowing to look.
So
I have to take into accountability, me as the president, that you just won Coach of the Year last year. I have to take that into accountability. So, but what I'm not going to give you is what you want when you ask for something. It's like a kid in a candy store. Mommy, can I get that? Yeah, you want one lollipop and then you drop it. Mommy, can I get another one? No. I'm telling Tibbs no. And that's what I've been telling him since I constructed the roster. Now, if you want me to change the roster at the All-Star break, at least play the roster so we can know where the flaws are at. You never played the roster, so therefore, I'm not giving you a new toy, not a veteran point guard, not anything. You play Deuce. He there for 6 months. He tearing up the G League, and you won't play him because you're stubborn. But I have to allow this. I have to allow this. You just was Coach of the Year, and I'm not trying to make my franchise look bad because of you.
Right.
So therefore, you deal with it.
But guess what? The franchise looks bad.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
And that's not good leadership.
How? I haven't seen nobody talking about the franchise on TV like they used to, except Knick Nation, who doesn't understand the moves that I'm making.
Right. Okay. So when Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Noel were hurt, right? And I want to get to the diverging directions. I want to get to that because clearly that's where we are today, right? This didn't just this is not like a deal where it was like all of a sudden this came up out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? This has been a topic for like all season. Like when our bigs was hurt, you could have signed the dude that Phoenix signed. What's his name? The dude that got drafted by Charlotte.
Bianca, Bismack
Biyombo. You could have signed Bismack Biyombo. He didn't sign until January.
I don't want him.
Well, hold on, man. You gotta keep Leon on the ropes here about this whole thing about he was Coach of the Year, so I gave him some rope. But once he wasn't listening to me, I let him get all these bullets while I sit and look pretty instead of fixing the issue, instead of putting on the executive hat and fixing the issues. I'm not finished yet. I am not finished yet. And didn't fix the issues that were apparent, not through a quarter of the season, not through spots of the season, but throughout the whole season.
Right.
So we're playing games instead of fixing the issue.
No, we're not. Play Jericho. He's on the roster.
Rob, he the 58th pick. He wasn't ready.
I don't care what pick he was. He's on the roster. Show me. I'm from.
If you had that much faith in him, but OG, if you had that much faith in him, why'd you sign him to a two-way instead of a guaranteed contract?
We did the same thing with Mitch. We did the same thing with Trill.
Mitch wasn't on a two-way. Mitch was never on a two-way.
Trill was on a two-way. They ripped up the contract before the season. Okay, so show your worth, and we'll rip up your contract. That's it. Show your worth. We'll rip up the contract.
Okay.
Bottom line, look, play your roster. If you want me to make moves at the All-Star break, show me that you exhausted every possibility of this team.
Sound like you tanking, bro.
No, you
sound like a soft tank.
No, it sounds like he doesn't have control of the situation.
Everybody right now loving Jericho Sims. Maybe if you would have seen him in January, you wouldn't be in this position. Maybe you wouldn't be in this position. Don't ask me for Bismack, and you got Jericho, and Jericho is showing you great things that you like. Okay, now it's working. Take credit for that, Tibbs. Okay. Everything that you're asking and everything that you're showing, first show me that we couldn't get it done by the roster that we put together in October.
Okay, Rob the Knick, I got a special guest for you. Okay.
Hey, bring him in.
Hey, man. Hey, Mark, how you doing, man?
Hello, Freezy. How you doing, sir?
Oh,
Man, it's good. Hey, good to see you, boss.
I'm all right. How you
I've,
doing, man?
man, I've been. Hey, man, I've been well. It's good. It's good to hear you.
Oh, no doubt. I'm on my day off, and I just jumped on YouTube, see what's cracking. So let me support my man, Big Freeze.
Man,
no
appreciate that,
doubt.
bro.
What's up, Mark?
What's going on, Rob? The knowledgeable Nick.
Yo, baby,
Rob,
I'm
the
Leon
knowledgeable
Rose today.
You Leon Rose today, man.
I'm
Listen,
Leon
man.
Rose today.
I ignored everything he said, man.
Me
I
too.
ignored everything he said, and the whole thing is, bro. The only way this team's gonna get better is how far Randall's going if he's gonna play up to all-star potential.
Randall out of here, man.
That's the whole thing with this team. Like to be talking about this team, bro. It start with the players who you sign, you give the money to. If he's still on this team, we have a lower ceiling than a higher ceiling, personally. Just because of the way we would have to play with him on the court.
I agree.
It's just I've been saying that for 3 years. I don't know him personally not to like him. I just don't like his game, and that's been my whole 3 year long take on him. And now you have the whole community wanting him out. So it's even talk about this team as long as Randall's on this team. And he's not being held accountable, just like how everyone else on the team was. And if he can't be held accountable, then it is what it is with this team. I expect players don't even look for any bright spot besides my man Obi, who I've been fighting for again. People talking about how he can't do this, he can't do that. But listen, man, he brings a joy to this team. He's somebody that knows how to play in the team concept. You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Just been looking at him the last
Mark,
8
you
games.
preaching the gospel. Go ahead, Barry.
The last 8 games. Listen, bro, I'd rather have someone that play with that type of energy and do what's necessary for the team than someone who I have to, someone I have to say, okay, for him to play his game, he has to have these amount of touches. He has to play this style. His style ain't conducive to winning basketball, bro. He has a black hole of an offense. And it's been like that. It's been like that before he even came here. And he showed signs of it his first year. His second year, that's an anomaly. But it's like we had to go through him because it's like no one else could score on the team at the time. So what had happened. The third year, I even went on air and said, he didn't have to give me all-star stats. What I wanted from him is to play off the ball a little more, play in the team-oriented style, pass the ball. You don't necessarily have to have the ball all the time. And with Obi understands. This is the thing I like about Obi. Obi understands how to play basketball. His IQ. I like watching people I like people that know how to play the game with IQ. And when you watch Obi, he's pinning down guys. He's asking for the ball when it's necessary. He's moving without the ball. Just him on the court makes himself.
He's passionate.
Yeah, even if he don't score off the dribble, that's not his game. I don't care. But if he can be an effective the way how he plays the game, and he's been showing that, man, it's great to see. And how people bashing Obi, oh, he can't defend this. It's not necessarily that he can't defend. It's Tom Thibodeau's defense where it's the help offense. He drilled it into them so much that they double people that they don't have to double. That's why you see so many mislaps, defense, and all that other stuff. It's not necessarily that he can't play defense because I think he's always in the spot that Tom Thibodeau wants him to be. I mean, it might be times where he gets played and stuff like that. That happens to the best in the NBA. But one thing I like about him, he's not lazy. He's not lazy on the floor. He's just not lazy on the floor. He does the little things that I like to see from a guy like that to be coming off the bench. I'm not saying he's an all-star level, but he can be a great contributor to a team if you know how to utilize him. Stop spotting him in the corner. That's not his game. He never played like that in college. I wish Tibbs used more pick and roll because He can make plays for others.
He will kill in the pick and roll. He will kill in the pick and roll.
Freezy, are we taking Leon off the hot seat?
No, I'm still here.
No, he's still no.
Okay, because we went on a different direction. That's right.
Yeah,
Hey,
Leon's on a hot seat.
Hey, Mark, they talking about me. I'm Leon.
But you done gave this guy that you surround your offense to that type of a money, and then to go into the next year having to pay RJ Barrett, talking about 188, that would be a catastrophe to pay him that. I don't care what nobody says. He's not consistent enough for
He
me.
won 20. He won 20 at the top end.
There you go, Rob. He's 120 at the top end. Anything over that is a bad contract for him because listen, he's good. He ain't an all-star level type of a guy yet in his career. So I'm paying up, and his efficiency, that's my number one thing. If you're not above 45, you don't deserve no type of max contract whatsoever.
You talking about from the field?
Yeah, from the field, bro. You cannot be below 42 and warrant 181 or 150. Are you kidding me?
He's the only starter in the NBA shooting 40% that starts.
Like that's horrible, bro. That's hard. And he's been taking high volume shots this year. That's horrible. I don't care what nobody says. Because when I speak on something, I just want people to listen because it always tends to come to light. Maybe, you don't like how I'm saying it, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm giving y'all something for y'all to see and look. And I've been saying it. We didn't have to pay Randall. We could have seen if this was for real. And now look, we're stuck with a 5-year contract.
No, we're not. That contract is movable.
No, it's movable, but
he gonna be a San Antonio Spur.
I don't think so. I don't think it's not.
Yeah. Was it the course of the NBA said that they had to attach a first-round pick?
No, that's not true.
They don't
have to do that. They're not.
Rob, I would say this, Rob. I say the only team who we could trade to him would be the Portland Trail Blazers.
I think it's San Antonio.
That would be a great home for him, and I could get back.
Dame is
contracts in a pick.
That would be a nice trade too, because Dame is not leaving. I think that's a nice pick. But also San Antonio's another one.
Yeah, but I don't think that
Wait a minute. So San Antonio cut Luka Šamanić because they felt like he was lazy on the court. And you think they're gonna
we cut him too.
And you think they're gonna trade for Julius
Randle?
Randle?
They ain't gonna trade for him because you gotta be high IQ player.
I think I look at it like this.
Julius Randle was a high IQ player.
Look, Popovich is a different type of coach. Randle can
play. Oh, he's not. Okay.
Randle would play for Pop. Everybody, you got 5 rings, so Randle can't go in there with no type of anything.
Okay.
It's 5 rings over here. So you're gonna do it my way.
Okay.
And the thing is, Randle don't do well. Randle don't do well with the thing. He's not a team player, God. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. He don't understand how to. He don't understand. He's a jock with talent. He's a jock with talent. That's what he is. He can't think the game the way I need him to think the game on little small details. He's not a detailed player. I'm sorry.
Hey, look at here, man. Look, as far as I'm concerned, look, he's out of here this summer. And I think Leon Rose, I'm going to make it happen. Freezy, what's my next question? D Ballin, what's my next question?
Well, we didn't get over the contradicting direction thing fully. I didn't finish. Goddamn. So we didn't get over that. So what we're trying to understand is that why would you allow 2 different visions to go on throughout the whole course of a season? What would
it's not 2 different visions. It's my vision. I got a road coach that I have to straighten on the way down. On the way of my vision, I have to straighten my road coach.
Okay, so did you let? Wait, hold on. I'm hearing some phone call in the back. Okay.
You said what?
So did you let Tom Thibodeau do what he wants this year?
Did I let him do? I did. I let him do what he wanted to do as far as the team was concerned. But I wasn't adding to. I wasn't going to add to what he was doing because it wasn't productive for my long-term vision.
Okay. So you just
But
said that.
I did check them. I sent World Wild West. I sent Allen Houston on the road with him because I gave him some strict orders that he didn't follow after the All-Star break. So I had to send my people out there to make sure he was going to do what we talked about, what we discussed.
And okay, so Rose, how do you feel about Emmanuel quickly? Do you feel like he's a possible point guard of the future?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So then why did you let Tom Thibodeau have Alec Burke run the point guard duties throughout the whole season instead of letting IQ get those reps for your next season?
Because I felt as though that.
But I thought you checked Tom Thibodeau though.
All right, but look, you asked me and I'm answering the question.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I hired Tom, and we talked about it last year and the players that we put on the team, I thought that they was going to pop next year. So I really didn't have any evaluation on what Tom was doing this year because I thought that, but they popped early. I thought quickly was something that Tom was supposed to do. But I give him total autonomy of the team. Now who's going to be on the team? So he did it the way that he felt was right. And now he's seen the error in his ways.
IQ was popping since last year.
I said minus IQ. But he has autonomy of the team. He's the coach.
But you just finished stating that in the All-Star break, you got your dogs out to check him for him to mandate to what you're doing. And now you just said that you gave him full autonomy throughout the whole season for the excuse of not giving IQ the reps.
Okay, so once we started losing, I took that back from him. So now I send my people out there on the road, and I said, look, this is what you need to do.
See, now we sound like the Lakers. That's the Lakers thing.
No.
Yeah, man.
All right, look. We 27.
There's so many holes in this balloon. That balloon's out already.
Hey, look, Breezy, let me check you on that. We number 27th in the whole league in salary. The Lakers are number 3. So we are not the Lakers. The Lakers are the old Knicks.
That's not what I'm mentioning. So that's you missed the context. What I was referring to is how the Lakers front office had 2 to 3 spies in the coaches' meetings every day, right? And so the attractiveness that once went with the Lakers head coaching job is gone because the front office tried to run the coach's room. And that's why the Frank Vogel fire looks bad, right? And now the Lakers organization looks worse. And you said that, I had to check them, so I sent some of my guys on the road with the coaching staff.
And you seen them in the stands. We wasn't hiding. Wasn't hiding.
But the thing is that the front office is supposed to front office, and the coaches are supposed to coach.
But once we're 10 games in the 500, and there's no way that we're looking like we're making the playoffs, and you're not doing what we discussed in the meeting, now I have to send the higher ups up there to you to make sure.
Which one of those dudes that you sent has any level of NBA coaching experience?
It's not even that. Alec Burke was still running the point guard exclusively for a large part with 5 games left in the season. So IQ was still getting no reps.
The only thing that I said for him to do was start playing some of these young players that we drafted. And then, as you've seen, do start getting more minutes within the last 15 games. Jericho started getting more minutes within the last 15 games. And that was all part of me telling you, play them. The season is a wash. We understand that.
Hey, Rob, let me do the super chats real quick. So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, Leon Rose has a plan that starts next year. He knew we had the answers to fix our playoff run on the bench already. He chose to let Tibbs sink. The 13 picks and current capital has us locked and loaded now. And Neville Humphreys, thank you for your generous contribution. He says, please use this intermission to regain equilibrium. meaning the conversation is all over the place. That's what he getting.
I'm trying to stay with certain things, and it keeps going all over the place. So, I mean, the whole thing is that, did you feel that the young guys would contribute earlier?
Yeah, I felt as though the people that I drafted in my regime on the New York Knicks was quality players. I knew that they were good NBA players, and it was all about their development, how they developed, when they developed, and didn't know. That was something that I didn't know when they was gonna pop, how they was gonna pop, but I knew they were quality NBA players.
Rob, hold on.
I'm so confused, man.
I kind of agree with Rob, though.
The young guys was contributing. The young guys was contributing early, especially after like the 5-game stance in the beginning since we had. Our bench was better than our starting five for a period of time.
Yeah, young guys, but that was like pretty much you had the quick leads from you had Obi, you had D Rose.
Those two was like the leading scorer bench in the NBA.
But then I added, then I added two more. I added Jericho, I added Grimes. So therefore, as the young players all together, I thought that with Jericho and Grimes, I thought that maybe it would take next year. But they did it. They popped early.
Yeah, you see the Jericho. I think he wouldn't have come off the bench if Noel and thing wasn't hurt, and Mitch wasn't hurt.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have played.
Yeah, he wasn't going to play. So I thought when they drafted him, I thought that coming out of college, I thought that he could do things that. He's big too. That's what I like about him. He's big. He shows more resistance in the paint than Mitch. He's more of a presence.
He's a better screener.
He's a way better screener. Thank you. A way better screener. And he's intimidating. Not saying he has to block your shots all the time, but he alters shots.
The physicality also.
Yeah, yes, you can't body him.
That's what you need. And I feel like I know if Mitch is asking for a certain amount of money, I'm not giving it to him. I'm telling you that right now. I'd rather see if I get a sign and trade.
This is what I said about Mark. This is what I say about Mitch. Mitch is the guy that when you was like in 6th grade, you go into a candy store, and you steal from that candy store every day. But one day you go in that candy store and the police is there.
Yeah.
You don't steal. You get the hell up out of here. So it's not about Mitch's block shots. That's the intimidation of Mitch.
Yeah,
because he done blocked enough shots for you to know.
Yeah, no, he's good.
I feel as though Jericho is going to be tested down the line, and his height. You can't, like they say, you can't teach height.
Yeah, I know 7'1" to 6'9", but at the end of the day, right? Mitch gets hurt, bro. That's another thing, bro. Before you give him another 4-year contract, you're looking for a consistent center, bro.
Throw some incentives in it.
No, he's looking for that straight up money, bro.
Yeah,
I know. You can give him the money like they did with Michael Porter Jr. He got 202, but his contract is 170.
My whole point is, right, Mitch is more replaceable as a center.
I don't think so. Not with Jericho. Look, they both shoot free throws bad. Mitch gives more than Jericho could ever give right now, as far as I'm concerned. He's good, but he's not Mitch.
No, but what I'm saying, I can find a center to replace Mitch. You
can always find a center, but look,
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody that can block a 3-point shot and still recover back. His
pick and roll defense has been horrible.
After he got the weight back right, Mitch game went to another level.
Pick and roll defense is god awful, bro. Ain't about weight or nothing. He can't. He drops back. He's like Rudy Gobert. He drops back. It's like it's in the back of his head. If you watch any pick and roll with him, he's always dropping back. His pick and roll defense is
Well,
Right.
you put him with the best center in the league, all defensive, and you say they got the same tendencies.
He's
I
not
can
an
roll
all
with that.
defensive. No, he's not an all defensive big at all.
No, Gobert is.
No, but what I'm saying is that he cannot guard the pick and roll, bro.
Okay, so it's
That's
something
important.
something else. I agree, but I also say this here: you can also you're young. He's not at the ceiling yet. You can pick those things up. I'm not going to put that right there on him, and he's not at his max.
Okay, but he's asking.
Crazy space.
He's asking for 4 years, 55, right? I'd
He
rather
get that.
go find me a 2-year center, a more
No way.
seasoned
We raised him. We raised him. You keep that.
He's hurt.
You keep that. I keep that.
I mean, this season he wasn't hurt as much, though. This season he wasn't hurt as much.
He
No, but
played
he has.
72
Listen,
games.
bro. He gets these knick-knack fouls. One fall, he's out. Personally, I need to
He
get a
played
center
72 games.
I need to get a center that looks to score at the rim also, because the Knicks are very highly guardable and very predictable on offense. Personally, I'm just going to look for a better center that has the potential of scoring. That's just me, to make this team a little more unpredictable offensively.
Besides Joker and Embiid, what centers is around the league that's scoring like that?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony
Towns.
Towns.
Oh yeah.
It's just really,
DeAndre Ayton.
it's really only 5, to be honest. It's max 7. It's really not that much.
Yeah, but okay.
And none
How
of
would I
them
pay a guy long term, right? That has
none of them got a ring.
Huh? And hold on. And Mitch, hold on. And Mitch, he gets destroyed by centers almost. If you look at his center matchup, it is the most overrated I've ever seen. He gets destroyed by even average centers, bro. He's really not that good.
That's a lie.
Well, I mean, none of them got a ring, but I'm be honest with you, Joker is a package away from a star player to getting that ring.
Yo, Joker is something
a
different.
superstar. No, he's a
You know what I'm saying?
The Nuggets is a package away from getting a star player. They put a package together. They might get that ring and pay him with another star.
Or Denver can just get healthy. If Denver can put Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and them guys on the floor.
Denver's straight.
So they closer.
Yeah. So
Rob, if you go back to the season, Mitch gets handled by average centers.
That's not true, Lord.
Bro, I watched this season, bro.
Wait. Here's the question. Here's the question for both of y'all. Is Mitch a franchise center or not? Because if he's not, then what's the point in paying him?
Nah, yes,
I say yes.
Let me wait. Let me ask CWC. Is Mitchell Robinson, CWC, this question is for you. Is Mitchell Robinson a franchise center? And if he is, are you paying him what the market will command of him?
No, I don't think he a franchise. I think he worth $13 million. That's it. Because if you can't hit your free throws,
so you say he's worth 4 years, 52 tops.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, so Kendall, is Mitchell Robinson a franchise center?
No.
Okay. All right. So the consensus is basically this: don't pay Mitch, move on. That's basically the consensus.
Yeah, because
right.
I would give him $13 million. That's it. So that's
crazy. If you look at this team, right? That means if you pay Mitch, this is like your entire future, because we have Randall, RJ's up next to get paid. Do you know how much money that you would have to give these guys? For these guys, you're looking for this team to elevate. You're looking for this team to elevate in the coming years. I'm not giving all my money to inconsistent guys, bro. That is suicide.
But Mark, here's my pushback on that. Right? Here's my pushback, because that was like a Venus flytrap question. I asked that because I wanted to kind of reel some people. So right now, you're paying the combination of Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, $14 million. The question is, would you rather have Nerlens Noel and Taj Gibson, that combination, or Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims, that combination. Because one, where the money is balanced kind of with Noel and Taj, the other scenario, Mitch gets most of the money and Sims is on that two-way contract, right?
See,
so which would you prefer? Would you prefer the Noel and Taj if Mitchell Robinson walked, right? Because
no, I'm gonna go the other way with, because the way you pair that question is because you're telling me if I think Taj is going to be here next year again, just because he's with Tibbs.
Right.
But the difference between him and Mitch is that Taj, I trust him because he has the brains to play the game.
Right. Very smart. Very
and he
smart.
does things. He does little things that I like to watch.
Like knock down the corner three.
Yeah. Not even that. Just positioning well. Just being able to guard from time to time. Because Taj only played 10 to 15 minutes, but he will give you a good 10 to 15. The thing with Mitch, man, I've watched him all this season, bro. When it comes to the bigs in this league, they're getting good. They're getting good.
Right.
We're looking for a big man that can go toe to toe at least. You even got Robin Williams in Boston. He's more of a force than Mitchell Robinson is now.
That's bullshit. That's BS. That's BS. That is BS.
My only thing with Robert Williams though is that Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Romeo Langford are all good defenders when you put
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, exactly.
But now hear me out on this, Mark, because I'm not throwing away Mitch, right? What I want to do is just do the comparison, and in full disclosure, in comparison, right? When you compare Robert Williams,
I'm gonna go with Mitchell and Sims.
But listen, you gotta
listen.
Hey, Rob. So listen. So on one hand, you have a defensive head coach, a young defensive head coach that can put Romeo Langford, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams on the floor. And you saw when they started running that lineup, they went from being out of the play-in to a top 5 team in the East, right? Now, the Knicks have great defenders also, because Miles McBride is a great defender. Quentin Grimes is a great defender. I would say Mitch is a good defender in space, right? I'm not going to say he can lock down Embiid. Nobody can. I'm not going to say he can lock down Karl Anthony Towns. Nobody can, right? But in the last game against Phoenix, against DeAndre Ayton,
he punished them.
Yeah, you saw. I wasn't gonna say. I mean,
he didn't punish him, Rob.
He held his own.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say is that he played decent.
He won the matchup.
He played decent enough defense that Phoenix decided to go away from Ayton and continue going to the hot hand in Cam Johnson, right? So what I would say to that is if we're looking to pay Mitch and they offered Mitch the Robert Williams deal, I would have to strongly consider, because Mitch walking out of Mitch walks out of the door, right? And the other guy that's available, say Mo Bamba, right, is the guy, right? So now you're paying Mo Bamba, Nerlens Noel, Taj Gibson, and Jericho Sims, right? So would I rather just keep our core intact? I would say I would rather keep the rotation that we have of Mitch, Nerlens, Taj, and Sims, as opposed to bringing in another guy and you don't know how he's going to mesh with Obi, Quickly, RJ, and the young guys.
Let me say this. Let me say this right quick. When you look at how the Knicks defense now, if you got Fournier at the point, Kimba.
You don't know. You never have Fournier at the point. No.
What I'm getting ready to say.
No.
You know how much work.
Unbelievable.
You're not having Fournier at the point.
Look, no, you got Kimba at the point. No, this is what we ran this year. You had Kimba at the point. You had Fournier. You got Mitch in the middle. It's no ball stoppers nowhere. It's always decisions that you got to make. But then when you got McBride and Grimes in there, it's easier for Mitch because they can control their man. Like you say, like with Boston. When you got Smart in the game, it's less penetration. Mitch got to do so much because of bad guard this defense. You take that away.
Julius Randle doesn't do him any favors either.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with
another
that. I
thing too.
agree
I'm giving
with
that too.
I-
I'm
I-
giving
I-
that too.
Obi's
Because
defense,
he gets
Obi's
beat every
defense
time.
hadn't been good.
Okay,
RJ's
no,
defense
but,
hadn't been
okay,
good.
but look, we're
Burke's
talking about.
defense hadn't really
But
good.
look, we're just talking about what Mitch has to do. Obi at the time before this little run, he was only getting 12 minutes a game, so it's not a factor on this defense as far as like the whole thing with the Knicks. But when you look at the guard play, if you can't stop penetration, the center is in trouble. I don't care what center it is.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
Oh, so you're pointing to a fundamental basketball thing and not a personnel thing.
Exactly.
All right.
So
And
Freezy, check
we
this
need
out.
a stretch five. We can't have all center doing the same thing too.
But the odd thing about that CWC, because I understand your point. So the stretch five thing is we have to take this into account, right? Having a five that can shoot the three and be a rim protector is rare.
Who has
Freezy,
it?
we
Exactly.
don't need
Freezy.
no Freezy. We don't
Exactly,
need that.
Freezy.
I look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? We have
Miles Turner.
we have Randall that could play off that could stretch the floor.
Okay.
If you watch Jaron Allen and my boy
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. But if you're looking at Mitch to be the 5, he's not even as good as Jaron Allen, bro.
Jaron Allen got 8 years in the league, Mark.
Nah, he ain't got no 80.
Bro,
Yeah,
he's
nah,
not
he got
in
like
his
5.
league, bro. Mitch is not in his league.
What? He shot on.
I like
He
this.
shot
I
on.
don't think he worth more than 13 million.
Rob. He scores. That's why that Cavs team has been pummeling him because
What
he's
is it?
that good. He's
What
that
is he
good.
averaging? He's averaging what Mitch is averaging on points.
Who?
Jaron Allen.
What?
15?
What? He's an all-star.
I know he's all star, but how many points he's
He's
averaging?
averaging over 15 points,
That's
Rob.
what I said. Mitch is
He's
averaging
the
12.
You know they
Mitch
go
ain't-
to
yeah,
him
Mitch
off
ain't-
Yeah, Mitch is averaging 12.
No,
10,
Mitch ain't averaging.
12.
Yeah,
No,
Mitch is averaging like 8 or 9.
No, Mitch is averaging double figures in points.
Nah, man, he was
Nah,
averaging.
he's not.
Last we saw, he was.
I think it was like
Look,
8 and 8. Something like
Yeah,
that.
he
I
was
give him
Nah,
9
he
and 8.
better than that.
8.7.
Leon, this is disaster, sir.
Yeah, he was.
What, 9 and
8.7
10?
and 8.7.
Rob.
Not even
Well, I
10
think-
boards. Not
Rob.
even 10 boards.
Rob, I'm looking to help. I'm looking to help this team. So when I'm speaking on this team, I'm speaking in a positive way. They go to
I
Jaron
understand you,
Allen.
Mark.
Look, they go to Jaron Allen to score. Mitch don't have
But he
those.
wasn't always that, Mark. He turned into that.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying, bro.
But Cleveland got a point guard. They got a pure point guard, man. We don't have no pure point guard.
kinda.
I understand that, CW, but at the end of the day, even if you have someone that can give him the ball, Mitch don't.
That's the
look to
problem.
score.
We don't.
No, Mitch don't look to score. Period. Like you can't dump it down. He don't have those fundamentals to do that. To even look at him that way.
Hey,
He's a
Mark.
real-
Yes, that's why we need a point guard.
Hey, who's
No,
that?
CW, I could have Steph Curry on this floor, bro.
Good luck, Chuck.
Don't give the ball to Mitch like you would give it to Jaron Allen to go to say, get me a bucket. Jaron Allen has hook shots. He has great positioning. He has great footwork. Mitch don't have
But Mark,
it.
I understand that. But
So
Mark, we don't have a Garland on our team. We don't have a Garland on our team.
Right, we know that. That's clear, CWC. What I'm saying is Mitchell Robinson gets the ball and doesn't even look at the rim. Right? And so when you have a guy like
no
that,
college.
but so Jericho Sims is 23 in 5 years of college. And what? It's the same.
No,
thing.
what I'm saying is this here.
Way
We're
more polished.
comparing him to Allen.
No, I'm not comparing him to Allen. I said I would rather go look for a polished center that could do a little more or even a lot better than Mitchell Robinson.
No, I will stay with the development of Mitch.
But
I would stay with the development of Mitch.
But
what about the development of everybody else, though?
Miles Turner in his career, early in his career, look at his numbers.
Yeah, Miles
He
Turner.
He didn't pop until like year 6.
Hold
Miles
on,
Turner.
he always had that skill set from college, bro. He was
Right, he was not scoring.
I don't talk about my man Miles Turner. That's my boy, Miles Turner.
So what
Hey,
you
look.
seen is what you seen from him is part of his game,
Hey, look.
bro.
My thing is working with the young right now. I don't care
Listen,
about nothing.
Personally, me when I watch Mitch and when I watch Jericho Sims look more polished into what he does. He just looks more fluent. His pick and roll defense is
So,
spectacular.
Rob, you said that Miles Turner didn't pop to year 6. That's you said, right?
Year 5, year 6.
Wow. I mean, he's been productive throughout his whole career, bro.
Yeah,
he's been good.
He just doesn't take a lot of shots.
Did he lead the league in blocks in like his 3rd year?
Not that. Read his whole stat line.
I am. His 2nd season, he averaged 15 points a game with 7.5 rebounds and with 2.1 blocks.
All right, so goes to
and he shot 35% from 3.
Okay, his first year to his 3rd year.
No. We're not doing that.
Okay.
You said he didn't pop to the 6, and I'm showing you in his 2nd, he averaged 15, 7, and.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
See, man, come on, bro.
When the national, you right, D-Ball, and I ain't gonna even argue with that. But what I'm saying, just like this here, when the national media took hold of him, it was year 5 or 6. But okay, I said year 6, I was wrong.
Cool.
I'll take that.
I said the Knicks have an opportunity to look because I think one person who I would look at is Jaden Smith. He's a free agency. I will go look at him because he's a
good
player.
eye.
He's a player, and he does, like I said, he could be a stretch 5.
Wait a minute, Jalen Smith is in free agency?
Jaden Smith that plays for Indiana. They got traded from Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. His name is Jalen.
Jalen.
Yeah, the dude with the goggles.
Yeah, I would look at him because he could do way more than Mitch. He could do way more than Mitch at the position, and he's someone that.
And he's smaller though, right?
Yeah, he's a power forward. He's not a center.
Yeah,
he's not a center, but he plays. He play. You know, he play.
When you got bad defensive guards, centers will look bad.
He has a qualifier next year at 4.6.
Yeah, because he came out in the Obi draft, right? He came out in the Obi draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't the draft before?
I'm sorry, say that again, Mark.
He said, was it the draft before?
Was the draft before? No, right?
No, he was in the Obi draft, so he's got. Yeah.
I would look at him because I want to figure a way. I want to figure a way to make sure we can get Sims to actually play next season because it's like when you give Tibbs, like not say the vets, but like his players, he's gonna play them, and it's gonna be
6'9" center. It's not gonna be nothing but a backup,
bro.
He don't
like Jericho Sims, right? Okay.
You look. He can't shoot.
I don't want to hear that because Draymond plays center and he clowns people at times. I don't care about your height in this league.
It's not Draymond.
Look, I care about what
doesn't even look like Draymond's.
Who?
Jericho Sims' skill set doesn't even look like
Draymond.
But no, he's talking about height.
You're talking about height, bro. You're talking about height.
Yo, I'm talking about him right there. Look, you only can tell me about 2 centers in the whole NBA in your lifetime that were probably, and one was Ben Wallace. Before Ben Wallace, there was none.
Wait, I can
no, come on, hey, Rob, come on, OG, come on, man, come on, man. You act like OG, you act like you don't remember. You act like you don't remember. Wait, hold on, OG.
What's up, 6'10"?
Who? No. You act like you don't remember Michael Cage.
I know
you.
Cage.
Yeah, I know you remember Michael Cage.
Do you have a ring?
What?
Michael Cage was Jerry Curl. We call him Duda Jerry Curl.
I know Jerry Curl. I know.
It's not even that.
No, but he was a good rebounder and good defender.
No,
he was a good rebounder and defender. Yeah.
He is not. Look, you do not give up Mitchell Robinson for Jericho Sims. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying give him up. I'm saying I would rather go out to find someone that is more polished that can even help us more.
Look, what are you looking, Mark? Let me ask you a question. What are you looking for in the center? All the attributes.
You know what I'm looking for? You know what I'm looking for, center? Someone that can guard, someone that has the awareness to guard the pick and roll. I'm not going to say you're going to guard it every time and you're not going to get beat every time. But I want someone very adequate to do that.
Right.
You don't have to average 3 blocks to be a.
What else?
Hold on. I want someone that shows resistance in the paint. That's something that Sims does very well. He shows a lot of
We're not
resistance.
talking
And
about
Mitchell shows resistance in the paint. Dude, you know why we're third in the league in opponents' points in the paint? Because of Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
No, because what? No. The reason why
You can't say it because of those guards.
Tibbs' defense collapsed. The three guys. If you watch Tibbs' defense, it's always three guys in the back. His defense is wide. It's always been like that. It's always been like that.
Right.
Man, look.
Help defense, bro. It ain't just Mitch, bro.
Man, it's always been just Mitch.
No defense is good. No defense is good because of one player, though. Generally, what happens is
but when you have bad perimeter defenders, right, and they get beat off the ball, if they have to close out on the 3-point line or they have to dribble contain, it is up for your paint reinforcements to take care of you. So now the question I have is Julius Randle a good paint defender?
Hell no.
Good. So then it leaves Mitch. because Berg.
What I'm saying is that
no.
The way Tip style is, the way Tip style is, you can even look it up on tape, bro. It's like a double help defense, bro. So
Mark, you know what? A double help when there's no help.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Mitch,
why you think teams average more? Why do you think teams hit more threes on us than average, bro? Because that paint is always closed. That paint is always closed, and the threes are always open. That's why.
That's not Mitch's fault.
So wait, hold on.
But what I'm saying is, the way Tip style defense, it ain't just Mitch that's just commanding the paint like that.
You got bad defenders because when you put Grimes, McBride, or Grimes and Quickly out there with Mitch, all of a sudden everything get better. When you got anybody else out there that got the point of attack is important, Mark. That makes the center look bad. Because I got to make a decision. Do I have to cover? Then I got the back door behind me. Somebody dunking behind my back. But when you got somebody guarding the front, you can take care of the rear.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, Rob, let me get Kendall and D Poetic in.
Okay, no,
because it's been real lopsided in the conversation, right? So let me get Kendall and D Poetic in. So Kendall, what I'm asking you, right? And what I'm asking you is, after a troubled season, this season that just passed, you saw all the troubles on display for this Knicks team, and you believe that you may have some answers for the things that bother us this season. What two things, in your opinion, would be the priority to be addressed this offseason?
All right, so for me, it's simple. You get rid of the cancer. That's Randall. You got to get rid of the cancer. That's number one. Whether it's draft night, you try to, steal a pick from somebody else. Try to solve your point guard issue through Julius Randle. So you try to get your personnel, or you could just run with Quickly if you want. But for me, I'll get rid of the cancer, which would be Randall, and then. The second thing, honestly, is kind of hard because you kind of got to make a decision on Mitch. But that's hard because you need Mitch, but then you it's hard to develop a player like Cam and RJ because the paint be clogged up because he's standing there. So now their efficiencies go down because you're going up on three people. But got to make a decision with Mitch. So those be the two things. I mean,
all right. So let me kick it to D Poetic. Y'all let him talk. Let him talk. And
it's okay. Don't worry. You don't have to do all that.
We good. No, we got to do that. So what you got to say? All right.
Just real quick. I just want to. Go ahead. Go first. No, I just want to push back on the Mitchell thing real quick because I'm not the biggest fan of Mitch, but I also do appreciate what Mitch does because you're trying. Damn, I didn't even get going. So what is being stated is that Tibbs has a certain defensive scheme. Yeah. And in Tibbs' defensive scheme, right, Tibbs clogs the paint and then works outside to the 3-point line, right? But my question is this: how could you say that if we have terrible perimeter defenders, and that is Kemba, Burks, Evan, RJ? I'll throw Julius in there too, right? And they're also bad paint defenders as well. So Mitch, in the league, I'm looking right now, he's 4th in the league in total blocks. He's 2nd in the league in block percentage. He is 11th in the league in defensive rating, and his defensive charts, which I'm not going to go over right now because it'll take too long, is off the charts. So I think that you are undervaluing the defensive presence of what Mitch brings to the paint on a night-in to night-in basis.
Speak on it, D-Ballin.
His pick-and-roll defense does have to get better. Absolutely. Nobody's arguing that.
His free throw shooting?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that. When he has to close out on bigs and his recovery, terrible. When he goes on switches and has to guard guards, terrible, right? But he does bring interior defense of something that we do not have, and there's not a lot of bigs in the league that does what he does.
Right.
So what we're saying is that imagine if he had better perimeter defenders. Imagine if there was better IQ defenders on the team that could communicate, switch, and rotate on time while having that interior presence. You know what you would have? You would have a Robert Williams-like type of player because because he has magnificent perimeter defenders around him. Right. And all he really has to do is guard the paint and switch every now and then because their switchability is so good because their perimeter defenders are not only strong, they're big as well.
Yeah, so let me say this real quick to what D Poetic said. So for one, you saw these players to what he just said. You saw both players, Randall and Mitchell Robinson, play better defensively when they had a captain on defense named Reggie Bullock. And I know people don't agree with that because I know a lot of people hate Reggie Bullock. But if you watch Knicks games the season before last, Reggie Bullock communicated when for Randall to go, when to stay, and when it was time for Reggie Bullock to go. Reggie Bullock would grab Randall's jersey and take off and go to the guy, or he would push Randall to the guy sometimes when Randall was thinking, should I stay or should I go? Right? The same thing with Mitchell Robinson.
Obi is a guy that's gonna blow the top off your defense.
Right. Every time.
He's gonna cause chaos. He's gonna cause chaos because the minute that ball hits the rim, everybody gonna be looking trying to find him.
Right.
And guess what? When he takes off and go, everybody, chances are it ain't gonna be one person trying to sprint back to get back there to try to stop him because he normally beats everybody up the floor. So you're gonna make it with your point guard.
He's gonna have a little guard
bring the ball
on
up
him.
and get in their offense, and it's gonna either be something over the top of your head, a bomb to Obi, or the point guard gonna get quick into the offense, and you can run that offense, and the ball gonna move. And the beautiful thing about that offense, and I agree exactly with what Mark was saying, win, lose, or draw, I don't feel bad because the way we are playing basketball with Obi on the floor is the way you're supposed to play basketball.
It's
that
a joy, bro. Everybody looks happy on that floor.
You won't see Mitch putting out quotes like, well, how you feel playing 48 minutes and just running up and down the court and you ain't touching the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? You won't have Mitch saying, they won't let me play my game. You know, things of that nature. So everybody's going to be happy in this kind of offense. But when you playing that ISO game, you waiting to cause dissension in your team, man, because it's selfish basketball. And we've seen that picture before when we had Melo. And I love Melo. But that was the problem. Remember when we had Jeremy Lin? Everybody was touching the ball. But the minute Melo came in, when Melo came back off that injury, the ball was sticking. And nobody want to play in that offense. You tell me one player that want to play with a selfish ball player. Yeah, I'm waiting. That's right. Ain't nobody want to play with that.
So I guess
not even in the park, you don't want to play with no selfish ball player, man.
So I guess right now, we gonna start, you know what I'm saying, naming Obi Toppin the Randy Moss of the NBA.
Oh, I like that.
That should
Obi
be called
on top of your head.
the Randy Moss, man.
Obi.
Hey, man, that had to be the smoothest 42 points I ever seen in my life, man.
Smooth, bro.
I didn't
It
see
wasn't
nothing
even hard.
better.
You right. You right, bro.
Yo, he accumulated that joint so crazy because it was like 10 easy baskets. Yo, he legit said 8 points off of straight easy baskets. 8 points.
He just faster than everybody. And look, we taught that the guards get back. But then when you get back with Obi there, you just something for him to score.
But you know the thing too?
Yeah.
You know the thing too?
Right.
The defenders, they have to look in the back of their heads because he's always moving.
He's always moving.
Always moving.
Me
bro.
and Ron were talking about that. Look, he go up the side of one court, and then when the camera hit him, he's somewhere different.
Yup.
Right.
You know what's crazy too? You know what's crazy too? With the elite point guards, you get them in foul trouble because they got to get back. And now
Every
you
time.
That's a
score
great-
them
that's
and
a
they
great point,
get
too.
fouled on.
That's a
So
great
now
point.
that helps us in the long run.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Man, who would have ever thought that Obi Toppin would have been the leading scorer of a full schedule, outscored Kevin Durant and everybody for one day. For one day,
Yeah.
outscored the entire league on a full schedule Sunday, man. You would have never thought that would have happened in the eyes of the New York Knicks because of his lack of opportunities.
And Books.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Obi too,
Lack of
Obi,
opportunity.
he don't take bad shots.
No.
Every
Never.
time he takes a
Yeah,
shot,
yeah.
you don't say,
Right.
damn, Obi.
No,
He
say
takes
that again.
great
No, say that
shots.
again.
He takes
He don't take
great
bad
shots.
And guess what
That's
else,
what I
Mark?
like about him.
Guess what else that people overlook, don't say enough about him? He don't turn the ball over a lot neither.
Nope.
He don't. No.
And,
He don't
and
mind
the guy
giving it
and the
up.
guy recognizes defense quicker than what Julius does. He will pass that ball quick.
Ron, there was a play, they got him in the pinch post, bro. And there was somebody in the corner, and he just did some Stephen Curry fling to the other side of the court. That is stuff. That's how you use Obi. You could put Obi in the post for things like that. He don't have to be this Embiid post scorer. No, you can utilize him as passing, or he can get a quick alley in the paint. You could use Obi in so many ways. I even say
But
like
look, you may
Obi
have a
could be-
player.
I said
Mark, you
Obi
may
could
have
be
a
a
player.
hybrid Draymond Green, bro.
Man,
And
look,
You know what else?
Mark.
Boogie said something very profound the other day, man. And I hope Obi listens, somebody in this camp listen. Boogie said something real profound. Obi don't need to be trying to put on no weight and all that. Because
Right.
what
He
he
won't.
has, you can't teach. And if you start putting on weight, you're going to take away from not only your athleticism, but it could cause a problem with,
Hey,
you know what I
look,
mean, your bones
Bro,
and
he
stuff.
ain't doing that.
Everybody ain't made to carry weight, man.
Hey, look
Everybody's
Exactly.
body structure ain't
Hey, look,
ain't
he
designed
ain't
to carry
doing
weight.
that. Look, it's certain things that you can see in the league. Like I say, like, look, I can tell you just like this here. It's certain things that you see in the league when you watching the league. As long as I've been watching the league,
Yeah.
it's like this here.
You've been with this league longer than all.
Obi is bringing something to the league
Yeah.
that they're gonna start looking for in the draft.
Yep.
Obi runs up the court. Look, we are taught the guards get back.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
All
the name
right,
of their.
look,
That's the
look,
name of their
listen to this,
position.
Listen to this.
They
listen
are
to
called.
this.
They are called
Listen to
guards
this.
because they're supposed to guard their rim. That's
But
that's
guess
the
what?
name of their position.
All right. So now, if you got Obi then sprint down there, he got a little guard on him. The
And you
post up
call
is
for the ball.
over.
Mhm.
Lob the ball up. I got this.
And the thing too, Rob, he called for the ball, but the thing is, he takes advantage every time he has someone small on him. That's the thing. Him and Randall
Yeah.
cannot do.
But you know the
Mhm.
fans was tripping in Brooklyn. They was tripping in Brooklyn because he gave the ball back. He had Kyrie on him, right?
Right.
He didn't have the right. His foot movement wasn't right for him to take advantage. So he gave the ball. He can't post. No.
No.
The next time you had that same move, you give him the ball when he needed.
And,
They were
and
saying
Rob,
the same thing about Randall. Randall got a little guard on him, but Randall don't put the ball back.
You,
Randall wait for the double team to come, and then he turned the ball over.
and the thing too with
Obi
Obi,
kicked the ball back. He kicked the ball back and then moved. Make a move. Do something. You a pro like me.
And the thing too I like about him too is that he moves on to the next play. He doesn't complain.
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
moves
exactly.
on to the next
The
play.
next play.
And let me say this about Obi. No one here is saying he's going to be a superstar player.
No.
But what we
I
are trying
do.
to say, what we are trying to say for most majority of us, he starts next year, he plays over 30, 35 minutes, easy 15 and 8. Easy 15, 17, 50 on 50% shooting.
I say, look, you got to twist it. I say this here. Obi gonna be in the All-Star game.
Oh, geez.
Rob, you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy, Candle?
What's up?
I look at him, right? If Draymond go out games where he does not score but be effective, Obi can do the same thing. Draymond does not look to score, bro, and he's effective. Why Obi can't be that? Because I think he has the IQ to do it. He looks to score. He's faster than Draymond. I just say that Draymond has his passing is top notch.
Yeah, but you got to preference that a little bit because they're gonna hit Draymond and Draymond.
Hey, look, they can say what they want. Look, hey, look, I'm putting my ticket on the floor right now, and this is what I'm saying. Obi will be an all-star, no pun intended to RJ, before RJ. His skill.
Obi
has the potential to be an all-star next year.
The only way that happens,
efficient.
if we come into next year,
Y'all can talk everything that y'all want, but guess who's efficient and guess who's not?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy because D is balling left, but he was bringing up T-Mac the other day. How last week when they was talking about how players went from year 1 to year 4 with the efficiency, and he brought up T-Mac, and then I looked up T-Mac, and he only shot 40. Yeah, he only shot 45% 4 years out of his career. After that, he shot 41, 38. He didn't shoot the ball efficiently. He never shot the ball efficiently.
He was just so prolific. He was just so prolifically good. That's what it was. It's just
if
like
I can remember though with T-Mac, I can go back in the brain archives. I think T-Mac was always a good free throw shooter. I could be wrong, but I think I remember him always being a good free throw shooter.
He was.
And that's something RJ been struggling with from the time he hit college. With his free throws.
The thing
and
is,
still struggling with it.
He's good. He's good because even if he's shooting like that, he still can affect the game, bro. That's the difference. That's the difference.
RJ hit 80%. He's a 24-point scorer. He just hit 80% from the free throw. He's a 24-point scorer.
Yeah, he need to get in that lab all summer long and work on that free throw and work on that mid-range game.
For me with RJ, I wish he hits more mid-range. If
them two things he needs to work on, mid-range and the free throw.
That's his next step because he can get the spacing off his strength. This year he was using both hands this year. And when he shoots, his shot is like I said. I like how the ball released from his hands.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
he got a soft touch.
The thing is, him and Randall cannot play on the same side of the court, and I've been saying that since he arrived.
Yeah. This is when I wish Kobe was alive because if Kobe was alive, he's one of those players that could benefit being in the lab with Kobe in the summertime, like Tatum, Kyrie, and all of them.
Yeah, when people told me Randall was better than Tatum, and I told people you must be crazy out your mind.
I tell you this right here. If we move on from Julius Randle, like what I have heard, you know what I'm saying, at the Charlotte Hornet game and then being back at the Knick game, I have heard from, you know what I'm saying, certain sources that the squad is moving on from Julius Randle. They going after Zion. And then they also mentioned by any means they going after Spider. Now, if that course changes as far as, going after Zion because they want to look at Obi. If Obi is in position and is given that starting spot, and if he develops a handle and he develops, because that Trey is starting to look like that Trey. If he develops that pump fake on the tray, step inside and take one dribble, one bounce, and pop over the top, a mid-range shot, it's over. This is going to be.
Let me say this.
It's going to be Obi's team. I'm telling you that.
I'm with you on that, J Boogie. There won't be no need for Zion.
Those two things, and they leave Zion alone and say, you know what, we're going to get Obi this shot. and he go work in that off season and get his handle right and get that one dribble stop and pop, because can't nobody block that if he raises up over the top of you. It's going to be a problem. We might be looking at a new dude in the guard.
You know, you can call Obi the hybrid.
He might be a hybrid.
Look,
He might be the hybrid Stoudemire Marion.
Look,
He might be a
Obi is
hybrid.
gonna do
I'll put him like I'll put him in the Marion. If he grabs more rebounds and defend better, I'll put him like I'll say he could be Marion because that's how Marion.
He gonna
He a little
be
above
better
him
than
in the
him,
game.
Mark.
Marion was a two-time All-Star.
Hey,
Marion,
that's what I'm
gonna
saying,
be
Mark.
better
If you remember,
than
Sean
him.
Marion always was moving.
Yeah, I like Sean Marion.
Marion
Sean
I like
Marion
Sean
was
Marion.
always moving. I know the Sean Marion.
and he
Boy,
was
look.
boy from Clarksville, Tennessee. I know about
what
him.
Draymond. He
You
was
know what I
doing
mean?
what Draymond was doing in
Look,
07 when the
Obi
Knicks
is gonna
was
be better than him.
But so far as the movement, if y'all remember Sean Marion never sat still. He was always moving. Just like Obi.
All-Star. Obi got to reach those levels, bro. Like, he gotta
Hey,
reach those
look,
levels.
let me tell
I'm
you.
not talking about what Sean Marion ultimately became. We all know Obi got to get there. But
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what I'm
look
saying.
at how
Look.
Obi plays, it's very similar.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
no.
let me
I
tell
said,
you.
I said Sean
Let me-
Marion. Like,
hey,
he's got
look,
a good
Yeah,
listen to-
it's Sean Marion like.
Hey, look,
Sean Marion.
listen to what Obi said, fellas. Obi said it was confident. He said, my game business. So what he's saying is this here. I don't even got NBA credit on this right now. This been my jacket all along. Tibbs didn't give me the chance to show the world this.
Rob, don't make me
Oh,
go
I
up this
get
morning,
better.
man, because I see Tibbs all night in my dreams.
Look,
I was
I
dreaming
got
that he
the
flew up
better.
out of New
Look.
York City.
only thing he's saying is this here. I haven't got better yet. I'm bringing this to you to New York, but Tibbs ain't let me allow this to do this because he's pulling me out. He's a defensive coach, I understand. But me and Jay Bull in Charlotte, we seen them down on the sidelines when he was talking to Julius Randle after he got with that dunk. He went through it was a commercial break, national game. Jay Bull, he was on the sidelines talking to Julius Randle like, yo, like pretty much, fuck what he talking about. He gonna take me out the game now, and Julius Randle had to just shake his head like yeah.
That's right.
Like,
That's
yo,
right.
we was there. And then the temperament slowed down. It's like Leon Rose done somebody talk to Obi because his whole temperament changed after that. He was like, oh yeah, the coach is right, this, that. All they had to tell him was like, yo, you're gonna get your chance.
Yeah.
Look, this is what Julius did, and nobody can get from this. Julius had a baby in preseason. Obi scored 29.
I can't believe y'all bring up this baby issue. Jesus Christ, this
No,
people in
no,
work
no.
conditions
No,
that have
no,
children.
Mark, listen to what he's saying. That's not.
You ain't even listening.
He's
My
not
bad.
bringing.
Listen,
Yeah, he's not
My
talking
bad.
about the family. He's not
I ain't talking about
family.
Julius had that baby. Obi scored 29 the game before. Julius was back the next game. Julius knows what he's seeing in practice on Obi. You know when somebody getting ready to take your job or somebody's capable of taking
You
your
right,
job.
Rob. You know when the pressure's on, it's a hit.
I think Obi cooking up Randall in practice, but they got to play
Man,
Randall
hey,
because
look,
he paid him.
the second team was
I wouldn't be
cooking up the
surprised.
first team. D Rose had the second team kick them up. It just took a minute for Obi to figure out what D Rose was doing.
But Obi always been a late bloomer too.
But look, check this out. Check this out. What happened was this. When IQ got off his shelf and got to be a team basketball player, he started playing better.
Yeah, because I was hitting his game.
We
I
always
ain't even front. I was hating
we
to watch him
always
play.
hating on him because he was them 30-foot threes, 45-foot threes.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't
you
like
not
that.
looking
Yeah,
for-
I don't like that from him.
Ill
I
advised.
don't like
Just pull
that
up
from him.
with 3 men down there.
Hey, look, once
You
he
just jacking up a shot.
Hey, look, sometimes you got to know what side, Ron. You know this term. You got to know what side your bird is buttered on. And it's, look, 6 out of those 12 assists was Obi.
Oh
If
yeah,
you can
that's
get that
called a something. Now that's what you call a good IQ player. You realize what works, and you keep doing it until they try
You
to
keep
stop it.
doing it.
Ron. They had a even before what we're seeing. They had a synergy together even from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah,
of
you
the
can see the
season.
flashes when they play together. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, with IQ, I think he's good coming off the bench, but a full-time starter, no.
Don't know yet.
No.
He's
No.
22.
No,
You
he don't have the natural point guard.
can learn it.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
no
one thing he does have, though, and I gotta give
You can
Did you
learn
see?
all you want. There's a
Did
difference
you see
between
that
a point
step?
guard.
Did you
There's a
see that
difference
step
between
that
a
he
point
did?
guard and a
Did you see
combo
that step
guard,
that
bro.
he did in Washington?
What? Who?
Did you see that change of pace that he
Who?
did in Washington?
Oh, you talking about that Euro step?
Oh man,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
he
new
was
from
the
him.
slowdown.
Rob, he don't have the point guard instincts. Like
Man,
he
look,
just don't.
you can learn
He's not.
anything.
I'm gonna tell
He's not
you
a
what, Mark.
starter. He's not a
He
starter.
may not have the instincts, but guess what that guy just did? And if you tell me the last time a Knick player that young had 2 triple doubles that close together, I'm waiting for somebody to do the research on that.
Listen,
Michael Ray.
And this
Right.
another thing about IQ that I'm noticing.
He
Hold
could
on,
do-
Mark, and I'll kick it right back to you.
Yeah.
IQ might not have all that instincts,
Yeah.
but IQ speed is a problem. Speed
That's
kills. Speed
That's okay.
kills. And if you watch him, that guy now is starting to get into people's body, something that I wasn't really seeing from him. And he has the ability to blow by people. That
he
boy
still don't
is
get
fast,
in the,
man, and
he
you
don't
can't
get in the
teach
lane
speed.
enough for me as a point guard. He does
And
not get in
that's
the
a
lane
problem.
enough.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
But he will.
IQ and
He
where this team
will.
is at, I'll let him rock out for the rest of for next season because we ain't going nowhere. We are not going anywhere next season. I'll let him run the point next season. And
Hey,
forget
Ray,
about
Ray,
Brunson.
hey, hold on,
Nobody
y'all.
bring up no more Brunson.
All right, hey, Ray, what's good, man? How you doing?
How you guys doing,
I know
man?
you
Come
said
on, Ray. Come
patiently.
on in, baby.
You said patiently for like 25 minutes, man.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
Came in the Lions den.
No,
That's what he did.
yo, respect to the panel. Everybody is legends, and I'm loving it, man. I love it. I love being a Knicks fan. I love life. I love being here.
We love you too.
I love it all, man. I really do.
man.
Shout out to Yogi. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Mark. I love Mark.
What up, Ray? Ray?
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Mark is the Obi of this team with all that energy.
Hey, Ray, let me ask you this question, Ray.
Yeah, what
Now,
up?
you ain't the same Ray that played in Hoover Deuce when they was like, yo, Ray even got your boy out there stealing cars. Hey, man. Yo, go ahead, Ray. Do your thing.
I love how Uncle Freezy, posed it this morning. Just before y'all get back to the, back and forth and whatnot, which again I love. I just want to say this: communication. I think my wife said it to me the other day, and I might be misquoting her. She said communication is more than just talking, right? It's made up of body language, tone, and everything else. And I just want to, post it to the chat and just put it out there. When you rewatch Leon Rose's interview, his body language told you that Julius Randle is not coming back. There was I saw the tone, and I kept rewatching it over and over when he started talking about the kids and his draft picks. Obi and IQ are not going anywhere.
They're not going nowhere.
Unless you are getting a top-tier superstar. With that being said, I think we all need to understand that as a basketball team, and I'm pretty sure some do, but as a basketball team, there are some pieces. You need everybody on that team to do something different, to be a specialist in some way. We are seeing that with IQ. We are seeing that with Obi. We are seeing that. We need to see it from RJ. We need to see it from Cam Reddish. But let me tell you something. Getting easy buckets. That is something Obi does better than anyone on this team.
In the league.
I would love to keep Mitchell Robinson, but the disrespect that we've sort of handed out to him, he's going to the highest bidder. It doesn't matter, what you want, how you want that, or what you look at, what you want that to be. We put the ball in his court when we had the opportunity to sign Mitch. Cam Reddish brings something. He's still an X factor, but he brings something that nobody else on the team can do.
No one else.
And
Put it on the floor.
And he can put it on the floor. He's also sort of like a, what do you call it in the NFL? Like a hawk or something when you go out for an interception and whatnot.
Ball.
Oh yeah, ball.
Yeah, man.
Ball hawk on defense. You don't have, I'm just saying that this lineup right now, as currently constructed, with IQ, RJ, Cam, Obi, and if you can keep Mitch, I think can be an Eastern Conference like Memphis. And I say that carefully because of the coach.
We would play with a swag. I tell you that. We would play with a swag.
Yo,
Right.
I keep looking at this team and I keep thinking we could be an Eastern Conference Memphis team. However, the problem is the coach and his stale system and his lack of innovation and his creativity. Listen, I understand people are going to have pushbacks towards it because you need stars to win in this league. But before we even get to the star, how about we just finish establishing
Play good. Play good.
Let's just stick with the foundation.
Yeah, play good.
Because the last time we've had this kind of success with a young core was back in the 90s. And yeah, it started in the late 80s. I mean, I became a fan in 91, but, it started then. That's the last time we had real tangible success. And Uncle, please, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Yo, and let me do the super chats real quick. So Brooklyn Buddha, thank you for your generous contribution. Brooklyn Buddha says, D didn't watch Vibes. He didn't get the reference. Okay, it's whatever. That's whatever. Paris Duggar says, wake up, Obi haters. It's morning time.
You already know, Paris.
Everybody
my man to them.
Yeah, and so shout out to the 145 people watching. Man, love y'all, man. Would appreciate it if y'all could smash that like button, show some support.
Smash the like,
for the channel. You know what I'm saying? We doing this for y'all, showing y'all mad love, man. And listen, and I appreciate and enjoy the love that y'all give back. Right? Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, but listen, I ain't ready to slow down the conversation, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you ain't, because I wanted to address something that I just saw.
I'm not Rob the Knick today. I'm Leon Rose. So when everybody pose the question.
Hey, shout out to Sherwin, man. My man Sherwin says, who has IQ ever blown by? Did he not watch the last game? Hey, hold on. Did he not watch the last game?
Hey, look.
Don't acknowledge him. He's in everybody's chat trolling every time.
I got to acknowledge. Sometimes certain things need to be said. So certain things that is not factual don't need to be repeated.
Hey, look. Ask him. He need to talk about Randall.
But I know he don't like.
He's a Randall lover. I forgot. He's a
I know he
Randall
don't like.
lover.
He don't like. Sherwin, I got a job. Both me and you, we gonna fly in the plane and we gonna take. This is your captain speaking, Julius Randle. Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Hey, look, showing them before you say anything going further. First, talk about Obi.
He ain't gonna talk about Obi in a negative way. He ain't never got nothing good to say about Obi.
Hey, if he's a real fan, we gotta give him a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll say what he gonna say.
Well, but Rob, listen, man. Everybody that do this is not going to be absolutely right all the time.
Absolutely.
You got that
right.
And so,
but hatery is different.
But I understand. We all gonna have haters. You know what I'm saying? We everybody gonna. Man, listen.
Because you came off that Obi was a bust. You came off that Obi was a bust. Everybody in the chat can too.
But Freezy based his information on evidence, and when evidence is presented, you can't still hold on to the same take if the man's going a bunch of points and doing it efficiently, and you say, "Oh, well, he a bust." He ain't
right.
So we want Sherman M's new tape.
So, but listen. So Ron's point was about me, though. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, the thing about Obi was I never disliked Obi Toppin the person. I just didn't want another top 10 pick to be a bust. That's what I keep saying.
I can roll with that.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. I was like, yo, so what I was saying is Jerry and Grant, Frank Ntilikina,
but you never gave the
Kevin
coach.
Knox. But
you never blamed on the coach.
Rob, hear me out though. Hear me out. This is This is what
Okay.
I was feeling. Like I don't want to transpose what I'm feeling on nobody else. And I don't want nobody else to transpose it on me. What I'm saying is I've been a Knicks fan long enough to see first round picks be bust. Y'all remember John Thomas?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember all them guys, man? So what I'm saying is when I watched Obi Toppin be drafted 8, I'm like, okay, great. This dude is the college player of the year. He's 6'9", 220, can jump out the gym. He can run like a gazelle. He's got all the makings of a guy, if he develops skill to go with that athleticism and work ethic, he can be an NBA great. So my hopes were high, especially for a guy that's coming into the league at 22, right? And so what happened is he didn't come out of the gate and have a fantastic start to his career.
Because they ain't giving him a chance.
But listen, this is me, right? Not Rob the Knick. This is how I was feeling. Right? This is how I was feeling. Right? And so as Obi's career slowly progressed and didn't progress, I was like, yo, I just hope this guy is not a bust. That was what was happening towards the end of the season last year. And then coming into this year, I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's call it right now. Obi's a bust.
And Freezy, it's not even that Obi. It's not even that Obi. What is a problem? It's that the fact that our last decision making is the decision making that we make us feel this way about any pick that we're gonna pick, even to the future. It's just because we are so worried if he's gonna pan out. It's not about the person. It's just about what the Knicks have been done for the years with that 8th pick and the players that was coming out of there and that didn't produce because. Again, we was half-assed with each of them.
But Mark, what I'm saying is because when y'all was chopping it up, I ain't saying nothing, right?
Yeah,
I was just chilling, like respectfully letting y'all get your thing in. But what I wanted to do is just clear the air about certain things. Like the thing about Obi playing better now, if I get this new information about how Obi is balling, and then say the same old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am wrong because my initial judgment on Obi was based on production. So if his production increased, I have to change my stance on it.
Oh, no doubt. And the thing too,
you know, that's all I was saying about that.
A lot of people forget about Obi.
But Freezy,
but the other thing too is everybody is gonna have an opinion based on the information that they see.
Oh yeah, you're right. Everybody ain't gonna be right because I know I was wrong on Frank Ntilikina.
Right, and so
I missed that one.
Right, and so you missed the Kawhi Leonard one. You know I ain't gonna never let you live that one down. I'll let you live that one down.
It happens, man. It happens. We ain't gonna always be right.
Yo, Ron,
I can admit that I'm wrong now.
I can accept what you say, but look, the only thing that I fought you on is one thing, and I'm on you, my brother. You know we get out.
Right.
But the only thing I'm gonna say about that is this here. You was basing your whole opinion on 12 minutes a game, and you looked at that player on the minutes that he was getting, based on what Tom Thibodeau was saying.
Right.
And that's the problem I had with you. You know, we talk behind doors. I said, look, you got to at least let the guy get there. At least Frank had the time to get there 30 minutes a game. Obi never got that, but when he gave you them 12, 13, he still put down 12 points, whatever. Right. And that's what I was getting on. You, my bro, and I'm saying the same thing right now.
Right, and
it's
and Rob, you still wrong.
No,
right? Yeah, you are wrong because
minutes change production.
No, not with every player, man. Some players.
We was talking about Obi.
Right, but
change production.
But every player is not going to come out in his draft class.
It wasn't as player. We was talking about Obi.
I'm still talking about Obi. What I'm saying is every player that comes out in his draft class is not going to be the college player of the year. Obi Toppin at age 22 was a college player of the year, right?
He was that good in college.
Yeah, he was that good in college. That's what I'm saying. So the transition to the NBA was a rocky one. Everybody can agree to that.
You know what England was
Tibbs
for Obi?
did not give
It was
him
the
the
speed of
chance.
the game. It was the speed of the
Tibbs-
game for Obi that he
Tibbs
lacked.
did not give him the chance.
No,
to
hold
show.
on, Rob. It was hard. I'm gonna say this with Tibbs and how he.
It was hard. Yo,
I'm gonna tell you what. It was
Right.
just
You see how I got cut off and it sounded like I'm hating on Obi.
No,
I know you ain't.
This is why it sounds like I'm hating on Obi.
No, you're not.
I'm not hating on Obi.
It's
So-
based
so
on the
what-
evidence
what-
that you had,
yeah,
man.
what I'm
Limited
saying-
sample size as much, but
Right.
it was
Listen,
based
the
on
thing
that.
with Obi was, well, I could say it was the speed of the game for him this first year, but a lot of people don't talk about it. When he arrived in the playoffs and did what he did, it showed me that he has a lot more confidence in his game, because the way how he approached it, he didn't approach it like how he approached the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Mark, I agree with you. That's what opened my eyes, was that playoff series, because Obi was one of our better players in the trash series for us.
And when Tibbs pulled him out, it was the wrong thing to do at the time, because he was helping us win at the time. But with Tibbs, because when you have a player like that, especially when you help that player reach a level in Julius Randle, you're gonna ride with him because he feel positive that he's gonna do positive things. So that's kind of Achilles' heel of Tom Thibodeau. It's just like when you bring him here and he did what he did with Randall, he made him into that player. He's going to bank on that player. He's going to rely on that player, especially, Obi being a first-year player. He's not going to go to that player. You're not going to go to that player. You're going to go with your best player, just with anything, because he's been here. He's been in the league for that long, so he knows a little more than the younger player. But when the game calls for that set player, as a coach, it's no time to be cute, because when you try to be cute, it gets you hurt. And with Tibbs, he gets cute too much.
And we got hurt.
Mark, I'm gonna tell you this way I go back to the front office, and I gotta do it. Because if you come in and this your new regime, right? And this your first draft pick. I don't care who's been there before him. If I'm in a rebuild, I'm moving Julius Randle out of the way, even if I gotta bench him to make sure that guy plays, because all this stuff between Obi and us trying to decide between them two is because of the fact that Leon didn't send the mandate to Tibbs to say, hey, this guy drafted him, he needs to play. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with Julius in the offseason, because let's just get that 4th seed out of our head. Because we weren't a 4th seed team. Hold on, Rob. We weren't a 4th seed team when we drafted Obi. We was a trash team at the time. Julius Randle was coming off of a bad season.
Nobody knew nothing.
He wasn't that good at that time. So that was the biggest mess up. Coach
Who
Tibbs was
wasn't
supposed
that
to
good?
play that boy from day one and
Who
let him
wasn't
develop.
that good?
Because he was the 8th overall pick, and he was the first pick of this regime, and that's what made Leon and them look bad. Because
No,
it was like,
but what
okay, you
Leon
drafted
said
this guy
was
this
true.
high, you hardly playing him.
Look,
That's
what
where the
Leon-
fumble was made at right there.
No, I don't think so. They was wanting to replace Julius Randle, but then the pandemic happened. We didn't get to see him in the tournament. We didn't get to see him in summer league, but he was the player of the year established. You think that if it wasn't for the pandemic that we would have got Obi? I don't know.
No, all I'm saying is, Rob, is the whole situation with Julius was not supposed to happen, because everybody in America knows the New York Knicks was trying to trade Julius Randle. So if I'm trying to trade him, why am I trying to establish something with him?
Because
when the guy that I just
pandemic
drafted,
happened.
I'm not establishing. That's what I'm trying to say. It
I
was a colossal mistake.
understand that. Look, I understand that. But look, I understand that. Look, I understand that 100%, bro. But what I'm saying is this: if it wasn't for the pandemic, none of that would have ever been a look.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we can't think about what Julius became. We got to look at what Julius was when we drafted Obi, and Julius wasn't that
They
dude.
would have probably if the pandemic ain't even hit, they would have probably drafted Halliburton.
I think everything happened. I think everything happened the way it was supposed to happen because
Hey, look, I'm happy.
after 2019 with Randall's Tasmanian devil
Season,
spin
yeah.
cycle, kind of thing going on. The truth is that you had a new regime that was coming in that needs to evaluate this quote unquote house. When you do that, you need to figure out the structure and what you can keep and what you can get away. With Randall sort of having the season that he did, and I've said it verbatim now, it had to happen. You had to re-sign Randall.
You had to.
Sure. And again, I keep saying this over and over because the NBA is an entertainment business first. I know we look at it as sports, but it is an entertainment business first. And the one thing Dolan knows how to do better than anything is make money. There's no reason why we should be, as an organization, what we have been throughout the years, still be one of the top, most expensive, highly profitable franchises in sports, let alone just the NBA. However, with everything happening, Randall had to be re-signed. Now, with that being said,
hey Ray, I
was
gotta stop you. Hey, Ray, let me stop you for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Look,
Sure.
don't you know the Dolan family also own the Cleveland Indians? They've been in money a long time. It's not about that. It's all about, like, look, when you rich like that, you can do anything that you want to do. Dolan chose from his daddy after the cable company to, like, yo, give me the Knicks. You had that one entity, Madison Square Garden. They got property everywhere.
Yeah.
So
And I don't
therefore,
want
when you look at Dolan just don't want to be fake. And I appreciate him on this. He does not want to be fake to New York, the city.
Yeah.
So y'all
Dolan's
told
a
Dolan
businessman.
to back out. Guess what Dolan did? He back out. He gave you feel. And right now, nobody can say Dolan tripping over 117 million. And right now, we the least paying team. But if you was gonna buy that stock on New York, you would buy the New York Knicks stock because it's spend less, one more. They are not Oklahoma. They 20. They right now. I have to look at it again. But if I had to tell you right now, they 20 in spending on value of money. They're 20. But they spend 27. I buy that stock every day.
Yeah.
I buy that stock every day.
And
so when you look at the Knicks, yeah, we fans. But look, you know what fans need to do when you start judging your team? Check the money. If we're not checking the money as fans, our heartstrings are in everything that we do.
Bro, all teams
it's only polarizing because we're the only entity in the basketball arena that is invested in fans.
Us in New York, us in California, us California and Boston are the three biggest entities when you're talking about basketball.
Yeah, sure.
Even though Boston still have baseball.
Chicago too, and Philly. Chicago too, big basketball entities.
Go ahead, Ray.
But look, the Knicks is always there speaking at the big party and don't have nothing in there. Because we ain't won in 50 years. But we always there. Because when you come to New York, overseas, wherever you come, we can be bad as dirt. But you come into the game. So us as nations, we need to really start looking at something different versus what we used to look at. Look at the money first. Look at where the Knicks is spending their money on players. Because then you will understand why Fournier got his contract. You will understand why they signed Kemba. You will understand why the draft game It's the draft game. I told Freezy and this a long time, like last year, 2021, coming
Hey,
into
hold on.
the
Let me
season.
stop you right there, man. Why they sign Kimber Walker, man?
They
I don't
signed
know
Kemba
why.
Walker for the fans.
That was a business move all the way.
That was
didn't make
business.
basketball sense. That
That was
was a
business.
clear-cut
But
business move.
and look, Fournier was something that we needed. We thought that because look, everybody looked like the front office can't like just because you're in the front office, you can't make a mistake.
I'm gonna give
We
Fournier some
made a
slack because
mistake.
Rob,
We
hold on. Rob. I wasn't good on the Fournier thing, but when you look at Fournier from the half of the season, he started to shoot good. It was the beginning of the season where it was
he got used to being here.
Hey, Ray, I
hold
hope
on.
you ain't forgot your point
He
that
got
you was trying to make because I knew you
hold on.
wouldn't finish.
Hold on.
Y'all
Randall had a
let Ray
lot to
finish his
do.
point, man.
Randall had a lot to do with how the first half of the season went because of, again, his
I'm ready to
body
go get
language.
lunch, y'all. I'm gonna holler back.
All right,
His
Book.
body language was horrible. Fournier's playing much better because the ball is moving, bro.
But
Even
look, guess what?
when
But
the ball
look, Mark,
moves.
Mark. What you didn't realize what was happening to that season was this here. Leon Rose said, "Oh shit, they don't want something. What we need now." Shit, Fournier was the only person out there. If you look at that whole free agency from last year, look at the players that was out there. Yeah, you seen this. Everybody talked with two tongues as New York Knicks fans. They want to take away this player for that player, but then they still gonna talk about development for that player. Leon Rose laid down everything. We didn't like it, and then when he spoke, they definitely didn't like it. But he said what he said a year ago.
No,
He said,
Rob, that wasn't all. You know what the problem? And this my biggest problem with Leon Rose. You don't disappear all season long when this team when people are asking for questions, what's the direction of this team, and you hiding. But you coming out
No,
at
I'm
the end
not
of the
hiding.
season with a
Hey, look, Ron.
scripted
Hey, look.
interview. You didn't even have somebody outside the house to do that interview. You had
Hey,
it done
look.
inside.
Guess
You're
what?
controlling the narrative.
Hey, look.
I don't respect that from Leon Rose.
Hey,
I
look.
don't.
But see, because you missed the first call. You missed the first call, Ron.
Nah, I don't like choreographed interviews. Period. I don't like
And so but Rob, what he's saying is, and I get it. Choreographed interviews are fine when you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, past events, things that have some age to them. But when you're talking about current topics
in the moment
and topics that are polarizing and that people want answers to in the moment, you can't do choreographed press conferences because nobody gets to respond to what it is that you said.
Freezy,
right?
I told you.
But Rob, listen. The thing with Leon Rose, we knew was a fraud as soon as we found out the same day that it was going to happen. Right?
It wasn't like
we knew this a week out that he was going to do a press conference and people could start, sending questions in for Leon Rose to answer. Right? We find out the same day that he doing a press conference on MSG, and we all knew it was a fraud because if he didn't do a press conference,
he gonna explain. Go ahead.
Rob, I'm trying. Yeah, Rob, you all right?
I said, why was it a fraud?
No, that's not. But that's not what I asked you. I asked you if you were all right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Why was it a fraud? Explain that. If you gonna say that, explain that.
So that's what we're trying to get to, Rob, the Knick. That's what we're trying to get to. So the thing is we knew it was a fraud because if he didn't do this press conference now, we wouldn't have heard from him again until draft time in June. And for a front office not to speak to people that invest emotion and money in your business, then we knew something wasn't. We smell a rat. Ron Cleveland smell a rat. I smell it too. It was fake.
I don't. Hey, look, guess what? Guess what I say to combat what you just said? I I gave you the team. That's my job, to give you a team. The coach is supposed to rock the roster. That's what it is.
Bro, your best player didn't play like an all-star, bro.
Look, listen to what I'm saying. Everything I'm giving you, look, I'm giving you the whole team. What you want in the draft? Oh, you like him? I give you him. And then look, oh, you want me? Oh, I don't like you signing Derrick Rose for $14 million. Maybe we can get it for 10. So if you can't, because I know he only gonna play half a season. So damn, let me get Kimba. That gonna work for New York, Paul. So now I got everything jumping. Kimba don't work out. Rose don't. Everybody forget Rose did not work out. But Rose made.
Whoa. Rob, no, let me stop you, bro. Let me stop you, bro, because hold on, Rob. Stop. Rob.
No, I'm not. You don't have to listen first. Look, Rose 14 million. That's a Tibbs guy. So I did that. And then my thing was, let's get the business part, because it's still entertainment at the end. But look, mine didn't work out. Yours didn't work out either. So now going further, but I still drafted you somebody that you can play. And you ain't playing until the end of the season. You send them down there to the D. When the last time a New York Knicks team sent somebody down there to the D League, and then we seen them dropping 39, 40, 15
Because you can't do that in the NBA, bro. It's two different leagues, bro.
It's not about can you do it in the NBA. You already know I can't do it down there. It's not about that. It's all about
Rob, I got a question for you, though.
What's the question?
So we know, and this is for everybody. Rob, now,
you know I'm Leon Rose, right?
You ever heard of the word town hall meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Town hall meetings is where they come and tell you the direction of the company you work for. Every so often, they come telling you what's going on with the company that you invested into.
Yep.
Now, Leon Rose, and I want you to answer this truthfully and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but.
Do you think if what went on with these young players toward this last few weeks would have happened? If that didn't happen, do you think Leon Rose would have got there and gave that interview?
No.
That scripted, that choreographed interview. Do you think he would have gave that?
Ask me that question. What's the question? Because Mark interrupted the question.
So
what was the question?
Okay. Okay, Rob. So you already established. You know what a town hall meeting is. That's where they come and they tell you the progress of the company, what their outlook is. They do that at those town hall meetings. The bigwigs, the CEO, the president, they come telling the vision.
Right.
Do you think Leon Rose would have sat down with that choreographed interview with Breen if the Knicks young players wouldn't have played the way they played down the stretch? If this thing would have fell apart completely, do you think he'd still give that interview at the end of the season on TV?
Okay, this is what I have to say. You have to listen to my full
You gotta answer the question, Rob. Hey, answer the question.
I say
answer the it's a yes or no question.
I say yes. Now, if you want me to tell you why, I can explain why. Now, do you want me to explain why?
Rob,
let's move on. Let's move on from that because I ain't want to.
Because
Rob the Nick, Rob, we ain't gonna
It's cool.
Because you talking a lot for a dude named Leon Rose. Leon Rose
don't
talk this much.
I'm Leon Rose.
Leon Rose don't talk this much. I'm saying, and in full disclosure to everybody, and to full disclosure to everybody, I legit wanted to say a few things, and out of respect for the panelists, I just chilled out and just let everybody voice what it is that they, got going on. And since OG hadn't been here so long, I
told y'all this back in November. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. So Ray had a point that he was trying to get to, and I think Huzmark had a counter to it, and I would like to hear both of them. Ray, can you finish what it is that you were saying?
Oh, I was making the correlation to I think as Knicks fans, obviously we are kind of hyperbolic about this season. I think we just need to take a step back and look at the nuance and the context and how everything had flowed since 2019.
Right.
I had to do it last night, and I've gained a little bit more for me understanding with this team that it is not just oh, this is Julius Randle, oh, this is Leon Rose, oh, this is Tom Thibodeau. There's so much more that is baked into this, and what I'm trying to understand when I listen to a Leon Rose interview, when I listen to Tom Thibodeau's post-game pressers, and even Julius Randle, I noticed one thing: there's a disingenuousness. They are very disingenuous about their position and about the outlook on the team. It's not honest, and that translates even to the fans. And I think that's why we get upset the way we do, because we're seeing one thing and something else is going on. But I think my main point was everything is happening for a reason, because it is supposed to happen this way. I think this season is attributed to an attempt of Leon Rose basically saying to Tibbs, okay, because you won Coach of the Year, you look like you know what you're talking about. I'm going to give you full autonomy of the team. However, my position as a president, this is what we're working on, and this is what we're doing. So we're not going to add to it. We're not going to add to it. We're not going to give you. This is what you have. I need you to make something with it. And for all of us who've grown up poor, who've grown up in the hood, let me tell you something. You bust out that box cake. You figure it out. You figure out the ingredients you need and what you got in the crib, and you put it together. And that's what you eat. And Tom Thibodeau hasn't demonstrated that he can just take these little ingredients with his lack of innovation and put it together and make me a decent cake. Leon Rose has been disingenuous about how this team is supposed to operate, because you're not saying anything. And your lack of communication from top down is just a complete breakdown, because nobody knows their roles. You got too many chefs in the kitchen because you don't know the job. You just don't know the job. And for the players, there's so much lack of accountability, especially with Julius, who is supposed to be the leader or the quote-unquote best player. He doesn't even know what he's supposed to do, because he's got guys like Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier who are good basketball players, but he's now out of position. Julius Randle has been the most out of position, because his line of basketball, or his style of play, is attributed to one way. So he doesn't know how to evolve, and for that reason, he needs to go. It doesn't mean that he's trash. It doesn't mean that he's garbage. It just means you're talented, but you're not a fit.
There you go.
So that was just my overall point. It was just to basically say to you guys in the panel, to say to the chat, this thing is very layered, and it is complicated, and it is not. We can't just focus on one avenue of it, because for every question you solve, you got 5 more. And that's just a bit complicated for us as a whole when we have these discussions, because it's like, yo, Leon, why didn't you do this? Tibbs, why didn't you do this? It all comes down to what Maya Angelou said. When people show you who they are,
believe them.
That's who they are.
Yeah, you got to believe them.
And
Hey,
I'll
look.
take it back to you guys.
I gotta add one thing to that, and it's just like 2 words. This is the first time in Knick history that we got options to go anywhere. We was always stuck on one place, and we used to that. Now we got options. We can go snatch All-Star. We can develop the young. We can do whatever we want, but Knicks Nation is not happy with that. They want
No, that ain't what it is. You know what we ain't happy with, Rob? I'm gonna tell you what we ain't happy with. When the season was clearly over, and 100%, a good 85-90% of the fan base know we weren't going no playoffs, we weren't going to no play-in, and these young guys were still not playing. And the only time they played was because of necessity, because of COVID, and because players got injured. That is what teed us off, and above everything else, with Leon Rose hiding.
Because
you can't find him.
Let him finish, Rob. Let him finish.
With Leon Rose hiding, you can't find him. Worldwide mess running up the Dolan, dropping dimes on the man they hired.
Snitching.
On the man he hired.
Yeah.
So I can't respect that, Rob. I don't care how you try to slice it. When it comes down to it, but you know what it comes down to? Like I said before, man, and I know from firsthand experience of throwing on that uniform, when you got a man that's leading you, you expect him to be a leader. A leader don't lead from the back; he leads from the front. You don't look for your sergeant, your staff sergeant, where he at. You can't find him when you're on the battlefield and bullets flying.
When the bullets
flying. Look, guess what? Ron.
And that's what Leon did. He left Tom Thibodeau out there on the front line, catching all the heat.
Ron,
let Tom Thibodeau catch all the heat while he hid. And you can't make no excuse for that, Rob. Just be real. Just be real about Leon Rose and Leon Rose hiding, because that's what he been doing.
Only thing I'm gonna say is like this here. When you talking about the military, I can also combat you with this. You never know what the up top is doing, but you still follow orders. You still follow orders.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Have you ever not followed orders?
Hey, Rob, let me tell you something, man. I was light infantry, not no pogue, not no guy bringing water and serving dishes and food.
Right.
I was the guy on the front line.
Not bringing diesel fuel.
You heard me?
Not bringing diesel fuel.
I was that dude out there with an M249 saw. For people who know what that is.
Only thing I can say.
And them guys that led me, I would have followed them anywhere. You know why? Because I could find it.
Because Rob, here's the difference. So what Ron is saying makes perfect sense, and you have to listen.
Now, me and Ron talk like that because we both in the military.
Listen to what he just said. He said the guys that led him, he would follow them anywhere, right? But you know why he would follow them anywhere? Because they have experience. Those guys started at the bottom of the totem pole and worked their way up into a leadership position. The Knicks front office was good at other stuff and got this job, and they have to learn it on the fly.
I don't think so. I don't look at that way.
Rob, listen, you gotta listen.
That's the reality of it, Rob.
The dude in charge was a sports agent.
It's not a president.
Right. He had never been a team president before.
Do y'all like
and so, but Rob, let me finish.
All right.
So what you have to do is two things. You have to allow that man time to learn on the job. And you also have to admit that he is making mistakes. You make mistakes during development. Development this year is not just the rookie first and second year players. It's also this front office. They are developing too, right? Because all these guys in their new positions, they came to the Knicks accepting promotions from their previous jobs, right? Brock Aller, a man from Utah, all those guys, even Johnny Bryant was an assistant coach. He comes to the Knicks and is the associate head coach. All these guys accepted higher positions with the Knicks in order to leave their previous place. So when we talk to Leon, we can't act like the front office is pristine because we know they're learning on the job. Am I saying get rid of them now? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, am I saying that they're not going to make more mistakes? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is understand who they are as a front office.
Freezy, the only mistake that I would say that they made that I think when it came to the free agency, I felt like they picked up what was left instead of really going.
But what was Mark answer this question?
Hold on,
what was there?
Rob, all of that stuff when we got Fournier and Kimba, that was late, bro. We didn't sign them early in free agency.
What was left? What was there that whole year? Mark,
we could
I'm
have
right there with
signed,
you.
Bro, hold on.
Schroeder earlier than that.
Time out.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's a great point too, Fees.
they could have signed back Bullock. Look, they could have signed back Bullock because he was a positive for us on defense, right?
Right.
They could, even if they'd have signed Fournier, which is I didn't like it at the time because DeMar DeRozan was out there, and I don't think DeMar DeRozan just wanted the money. That's what it came out when the DeMar DeRozan story came out. He was looking for the money. So going back how I was looking at it, if the Knicks would have thrown the 3-year 85, and that had incentives, his Chicago deal had incentives, so that even makes it worse. If we had DeMar DeRozan, we would be in a better spot. But this whole thing does not work.
On RJ spot?
Hold on, Rob. He could have played the 2 guard. He could have played the 2 guard or the 3, bro. Because he's playing with Levine. He's playing with Levine, so it doesn't matter. The thing that they did, you made me lost my thought. The thing that they did, what was wrong, was signing Kimba. That was bad.
Very.
And Nerlens Noel, don't forget him.
That was bad. And taking
Hey, look,
last
I'm gonna listen as long as y'all give me some when I need
We're
to
gonna
talk.
give it to you. We're gonna give it to you.
Cool.
We're gonna give it to you. Personally, I think the Randall situation is the biggest thing to why we looked the way we looked. That's why fans are going crazy, because if you look at the comparison from last year to this year, how hyped he was on Randall, they was expecting Randall to be very serviceable.
Right.
He was not serviceable.
You're right.
He was the reason why we took the next level for what we did. If he wasn't doing any of that, we wasn't going nowhere.
Hey, Mark, you got some feedback coming through when you talk, bro.
It's me?
Yeah. It's you.
Mark making some good points.
Okay.
Just double check.
He making some good points, man. When you look at Julius, and that's why I'm gonna have to be honest with myself and everybody, man. What Julius did last year was something no Knick had done. I don't think. Forgot they said the history of the Knicks. That first time anybody did that. And I gotta respect what Julius did. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you what disappointed me more this season is that Julius Randle, everybody that's a Knicks fan know this. Julius Randle had the New York Knicks in the palm of his hands.
Yes,
he had the keys to the city.
The city, right.
And to come back this year and your attitude ain't right.
There you go.
Yeah, we all know you go through problems with your game. Your game ain't gonna always be right. But man, the things you can control, your attitude, your energy level out there on the court, playing like you want to be, like you care on defense. Try. And there were too many games that I saw where the guy did not play the way he played the year before. And to me as a fan, when I see that, I got a problem with that. And I can't just gloss over that and say, oh, well, look at the 2010 and 5. Because it's easy to look at numbers, but numbers don't tell the whole story.
Right.
That 2010 and 5 he had last year looked a whole lot better than the 2010 and 5 he got this year. Because he played harder.
Right.
He played harder. This year, not so much.
None of that. And the difference with him and why people want to see Obi, he just plays with a joy, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
He plays with a joy.
Yo, so I want to cut you off. I just want to let everybody know that I can only rock for a few more minutes, man. I gotta take the lady out to lunch. You know what I'm saying?
So look,
what I wanted to do is just give everybody a shot, man. We'll go around the horn, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
OG, go ahead, man. But I'm trying to go to lunch. I'm trying to go to lunch. Not dinner. I'm trying to go to lunch, not dinner.
I just need 0.2 seconds. Okay. Hey, look, first thing I said, just like this here. I seen everything that the Knicks did in 56 years. Now, what I'm looking at now is different than what anybody's seen. You put them rookies down there, you stay down, you stay with that. And then you also look at this here. Nobody else matters except what we doing. And what we doing is something great because we building it from the ground up. We arguing right now because we all in the grass. And we all staying in the grass. We looking at us in the grass. But when you really look at it, look, nothing is going to work out unless you start right now from the bottom. And I tell you about the Knicks draft pick this year, they may look, they may not, they may hit 3, 4. Because guess why? We play basketball the way it's supposed to be played. Peace out. Next.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You good, Ray?
Okay. I just real quickly, because you got a date.
Yeah, man. And they don't come along often, bro.
Hey Ray, put your number in the side chat so I can get it from you.
Yeah, no problem. So I just want to quickly say I want to encourage fans to focus on context this off season. We have a lot to think about. We have a lot to sort of work out emotionally with this team. I think. Hello?
Yeah, you here?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, is that me? Testing 1 2. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds like you, right?
Yeah, that's you, bro. Yeah, that's you. Yep.
Oh man. Okay.
Hey Mark, throw your number up in there too.
Yeah. Just someone else go while I fix this real quick.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of here real quick, man. I just want to say, man, just it's always a pleasure. It's always fun when me and Who's Mark are on a panel together.
I love you like
Hey, man, for sure. And I love you the same, right?
Mark,
Man, yeah, bro. I ain't even get a chance to throw in a Kristaps Porzingis joke, bro.
Listen, man, it hurts me to see him down there. Man, I'm telling you, bro. It is what it is, though.
Uncle Freezy, close with it. Close with the joke.
So let me do this real quick. I just want to let Who's Mark do his thing for a few minutes, and then Ron, and then I'll close out real quick, and then what I'm saying, then because we're gonna have some stuff coming up. We're gonna have Stafford Don doing a show later on today. So I got to do all this stuff and then get back right to make sure Stafford Don joint be tight. So,
I'm just appreciative. I mess with you, Freezy. I try to get in when I can fit in. This is one of those days. But I appreciate everybody that listens and don't go off on emotions, which we mostly do. But it is what it is. I just, listen, man. I told y'all what it is and what it was and what it looks like. So let's just, think positive coming into the next season. Let's hope certain things happen. But like I said, the last couple of games is what I envision for what my team to look like. And I hope that can continue. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, man.
Mark.
All right, man. Hey,
yeah, he heard you. Go ahead,
shout out to Who's Mark, man. It's been a long time, man, since sitting on the panel with you, Freezy, Rob, the Knick. You know what I mean? It's been a long, long time, man. It took me back to the beginnings when the first time I ever said that man phrase.
6 years, bro. It's
on nothing but
years.
Knicks, Uncle Sim. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. And it's really a joy, man, this season to see that we finally got young talent, young homegrown talent. Only thing I hope Leon, if you're listening, don't mess this up. Because I'm telling you right now, if he messed this thing up this season, him and Tom Thibodeau are going to be on the first thing smoking up out of here. They will not make their whole contract. So, hey, we in a good place, man. Enjoy the on season or the business season, whichever way you slice it. But this is the time that they got to get to work. Because championships, if you're trying to get to a championship, it's stopped by what you're doing in that front office before it gets on the court.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna take everybody down, bro, just real quick, and then that way I can. Jay Boogie, what's good? I see you back.
I'm getting ready to go on a rant, so there ain't no need to bring me back here. I just saw something, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just getting ready to go on a rant.
Right? Is it something that need a telephone call?
Nah.
Okay,
Just
all
something that I need to straighten out and let it hit the waves somehow. It'll get back to him.
Okay.
It'll get back to him.
Okay. All right.
Something I got to do for the cast.
Okay. Okay. Hey, man.
Yup.
Hey, if it's something I did to you.
Nah. Just go ahead and open the door back up. We good. Come on. We don't rock like that.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, hey, yo. So y'all know I love y'all like the panelists, man. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. And I don't say I got love for y'all like it's like, you know what I'm saying, a thing. When I tell you I love you, y'all know I mean it, right? Chat. Everybody in the chat, man, listen, I love and appreciate everybody that came through today. You know what I'm saying? These days get so short, man. So we did vibes and stuff for like 2 hours and some change. And then we did KMD for almost 3 hours, right? My girl in her stomach, she hungry. And I know my debit card is about to be in critical condition. You know what I'm saying? So let me move out of the way. I want to let my boy Jay Boogie do his thing. Jay Boogie, what's good?
Yeah, I just came back on, man, in a little self-defense, you know what I'm saying, for the organization and everything like that. Because you know what I'm saying, when you go out your way to try to, throw under the bus for your own entertainment, I ain't with that. And I'm talking to Stephen A. Smith. So if this get out to you somewhere, some way, somehow, I'm more than happy. But you don't have the authority to talk about nobody on the organization or nobody on the courts or nobody in no podcasts no more. Where do you get the idea, the insane thought to come in your mind frame who Leon can go and have an interview with? We stay away from y'all guys like that in the media because the way you be betraying us and always throwing us up under the bus when we trying to see light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop all that. You're not a real Knicks fan. You're an ESPN Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? That means you get to cover us. If you was a real Knicks fan, you'll go to some of the games besides them to sending you to the games and you got to cover it. Stop that, man. Leon ain't got to come have an interview with you. I'm good with him having an interview with just MSG because that's our network. That's what we rock with. We don't rock with all that ESPN, all that jibber jab talk you be talking, man. When you trying to entertain your friends and all that there. Save that, man. You're not a real Knicks fan. You're an ESPN fan. It's a difference from what we do every day, beating the streets, and what you do just for a check. We do it for the love. So Stephen A., man, stop all that what you're doing, man. Keep our names out your mouth sometime, man. You be messing some things up, man, and don't even be knowing it, man. Just want to come back and just send that out to the wave. Let that circle around the internet, man.
Bim. Yo, hey, so just
fly him up out of here.
So real quick in closing, man. So Jay Boogie, I appreciate you coming back and saying that because I just saw what it is that got you frustrated.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
And so
I gotta watch it.
And it's the same thing I mentioned after the Brooklyn game. After we lost to Brooklyn, the first thing I said was kind of what Jay Boogie was talking about. That's why I respect Jay Boogie. My man came all the way back to put that out there, and not just for Stephen A. And I ain't talking for Jay Boogie, but not just for Stephen A. But for Knicks fans that have to hear that garbage, you know what I'm saying, putting us down all the time. We get tired of that, man. Anyway,
they
man.
Bums anyway. That's why we got this content so we can all do what Uncle Freezy and Shams and look, everybody that got the content. That's why we stay away from look, I can say myself, I haven't looked at ESPN since I've been on this.
Right. Because what's the point?
They ain't gonna talk about us and say nothing positive. They ain't gonna say nothing positive.
They can pay millions of dollars to dog us.
It's Knicks for clicks. But anyway,
in the other show, Undisputed, it seems like the only two people they talk about is the team what team LeBron on, and I mean, and KD. I mean, come on, man. There's more teams in the association, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, old sports before more media.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Hey, I ain't trying to cut y'all off or nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm out of here.
Go, hey,
All
go,
right,
go
peace
enjoy
out.
your time,
I'll
man.
holler at y'all. Make sure y'all
Hey,
check
man.
out that Vibes and Stuff live in the morning, Wednesdays through Fridays. Hey, Ron, hey man, I got to have you. Yo, we got to have a talk, bro.
Okay.
Just whenever,
Okay.
just whenever.
You got the number, man. Hit me.
But it's
Peace
not
out.
about stuff like this.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
about. I want to talk to you about helping men be men.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
So I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, man.
All right. Peace.
Enjoy the